a little dangerous. It was a little bit of a high snap. The running back had to wait to get it, which you don't like to do when you're down on the goal line, but he's able to take it and jam it into the end zone.
Yeah, it almost looked like he jumped up to try to catch the ball because he thought it was so far off himself. So
yeah, that's right. The fullback, that's Archie Rama, and yeah, he went to help the quarterback catch the ball.
So the Kings, after that score, touchdown is official. We'll see what the penalty is. Might send him back a few yards.
Personal foul against the Kings.
Oh, personal foul against the Kings. They're going to probably, it looks like they're going to assess that on the kickoff.
Yeah, they'll assess that on the kickoff.
So they line up for the extra point.
On for the extra point.
And the snap. And the kick is up. And good. So tack some more points on the board for the Kings there. Now the score is 14-0. We got 9:50 to go in the first quarter. The Kings are definitely looking like they're a well-oiled machine out there, with no signs of stopping. The defense is coming up with big plays, their special teams is coming up with big plays, and their offense is doing exactly what it's supposed to do as well.
Yeah, the running back that scored that touchdown, as people watching this broadcast can probably tell, this is not what I do for a living. I'm a truck driver. In fact, I worked last night. And Archie's sister is the security guard at the Sears distribution plant where I picked up my load last night. So we talked about the game, so I want to give a shout out to Archie's sister.
So it looks like the Kings are going to be kicking off from pretty deep here, so it's going to give Kitsap a pretty good field position to start this drive for them. The personal foul is a 15-yard penalty from their normal spot, so they're going to be kicking the ball off at the 20-yard line. These are interesting situations because there's so much spacing on the field when they kick from this deep that it's hard to build like the triangle type of run back that they're looking for. So they're going to have to make something happen. The kick is off. Calls off makes it run up the left sideline. Looks like he goes out about the 50-yard line. So the Kitsap has pretty good field position to start this drive. They're hoping to put some points on the board so they don't get in too much of a hole here.
Yeah, speaking to what you said earlier, how with that 15-yard penalty, just a minor return, not a great return, and they are right close to scoring position. So that's a good way to start off this series because it is starting to get important for the Kitsap team to start moving the ball.
Yeah, the Storm are going to have an uphill battle here. The Kings defense is very good, so they're going to end up trying to get it off. It looks like they have a two-back shotgun set, two wide, ready to take the ball, take the snap here, 50-yard line. And getting some serious pressure in there, and there's a sack. Brought down at the 40-yard line. There is a flag on the play. The flag looks like it's in the area of offensive holding, maybe trying to save their quarterback back there. We'll see what they assess.
I guess the rusher was in so quickly that at first I thought it was a screen. I thought maybe they're just letting him go by and then they're going to throw the ball right over him to a running back coming in behind him, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah, as the referees here, they assess what the problem is or what the penalty is.
Holding, and they declined it.
Declined the penalty. Brings up second down.
About 8 yards on the play.
So it looks like they're going to be lining up at their own 42-yard line, so it's an 8-yard loss there on the play.
Second down now.
So 2nd and 18. The quarterback is under center for the first time for the day, two back. Looks like the ball came out. Who's got it? Kings are signaling for them. The Kings ball.
And they do.
Another big defensive play for the Kings.
Recovery by number 8, Ben Emo.
Ben Emo with the recovery. Linebacker, number 8.
Yeah, Emo has been having a great year this year. He's all over the field on defense.
I don't know if it was just a mishandle there at the snap and the ball was just dropped, but again, like I said, it was the first time they were under center, so they're probably mainly a shotgun team.
So we have first down and 10.
So we got 1st and 10 for the Kings in Kitsap territory on the 43-yard line. We'll see what the Kings have to offer in this drive. Say line up and same trips down low, 4 wide, shotgun set, 1 back. Looks like McCutcheon's back out there on the field.
But if you click on YouTube on that,
So a screen pass out to the left side. Got some pretty good yardage even after contact. It looks like he picked up about 8 yards on the play.
so at least that's good. And I'm using myself.
Yeah, that was nice just to dump off in the flat, just pick up a few yards, and he was able to turn it into a good, like, 8-yard gain.
That was a nice little play.
That was.
Sometimes those little plays are what really builds up the team and gets you some momentum going for the rest of the game. Quarterback deep.
He's going deep. He's got a guy in the end zone.
Oh, just overthrew him. Just overthrew Pierre Colliver. He ran a nice route, though. He was actually wide open down there on the bottom of the screen there.
And that's something that you will sometimes want to do. The offensive coordinator for the Kings throws a little short pass out on the flat, throws some quick outs. Then the defense starts to move up to defend against the early part of the field, and then go over the top like that.
Exactly.
3rd down and 2 now.
They try to pull the defense in, and then they can open up the outside of the backside of the defense too. So there's a snap. Quarterback roll out to the right. Another deep pass down the right sideline. Ball is up and defended well.
That was a good defensive play by
Joshua Gray
Kitsap.
from Kitsap jumped up and got in the way of the pass. It almost looked like he could have caught that ball if he would have been paying a little bit more attention.
Yeah, I spoke over you there. That was Joshua Gray, the defender, made a great play.
He's pretty pumped up out there on the field. I guess they got to go with what they have.
Hey, that was a big play.
That'll bring up 4th down for the Kings. This is a big stop for Kitsap. If they can go ahead and stop them, it looks like the Kings are lining up to go for it. Kitsap needs something to build some momentum so they can get some positive stuff going for their side of the ball. Oh, they drew him off, it looks like. That should be a penalty. Yeah, we're going for the end zone. Down the sideline. Makes the grab. Oh, they're calling it off. They're calling it incomplete. Oh, it rolled out. Oh, man, that was such a great play.
That was a great play, too, because he knew he had a free play. The defensive line came across. He knew he had a free play, so he threw it into coverage. It was pretty good coverage down there. But it didn't matter if it's intercepted because, again, he knew we had Kitsap offsides.
Yeah, Cruz drew him off, and as soon as he saw that, he went for the end zone, like a la Aaron Rodgers style. You know, he sometimes making those type of plays is what can be the difference between a great quarterback and a good quarterback.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, that's a good reference out of Cal, but he also went to Butte Community College down in California, where my old high school college roommate was the football coach.
All right, the Kings line up. 1st and 10 with that defensive. A fumble in the backfield. It looks like Kitsap recovers. Kitsap recovers the ball on the 33-yard line. It just was a bad handoff. It looked like it just went out of his hands. He couldn't quite hold on to it.
So 84, Eugene Bonds was able to recover the fumble.
So maybe Kitsap's showing a little life out there on the field after that big penalty of last play. We'll see what the Kings defense has to answer back, though. They've been holding very strong throughout this entire game so far. He'll bring up 1st and 10 for Kitsap.
That was a big fumble recovery. That was important. I mean, they don't want to lose the game, put the game out of reach in the first quarter. So now here's a chance. They need to do something here, though.
And they line up. It looks like the quarterback's back in shotgun formation. Got 5 wide, a dump pass, runs into his offensive lineman, ball bobbled and caught back in. Looks like he goes down about the 41-yard line. The Kings hit him as soon as he touched that ball, and the ball popped out, but the running back actually had enough fortitude to pull that ball back in. So that'll bring up second down. Oh, no, they're calling a first down on the play.
Yeah, that was a middle screen there. The rush has been so formidable that they let the defensive line get through and then tossed it right up over to the middle.
The snap, quarterback back, another short pass. It's tackled down about the 45-yard line. Kings holding strong on that play. So we're going to have second down and 7.
Yeah, the ball got out of there pretty quickly. The pass rush has been getting to the quarterback and he steps back into the pocket. So the play before that was a quick middle screen and then a quick out here. That's thanks to the pass rush.
The pass rush works well for you and against you if they pull those screen plays like that. Shotgun set, pass to the left. Wraps him up. What a tackle. Holds on to his ankle. Can't let him move. Dante Green with that tackle.
That was a good open field tackle.
Dante Green's listed as a wide receiver, and he's out there playing defensive back, so looks like he may play both ways.
Once again, 3 plays in a row, just short little dump-off passes, slow down the pass rush. The problem there is that it's now 3rd and about 7.
Yeah, they didn't get much on that play. In fact, I don't think they got maybe a half a yard. Quarterback calling out signals to his receivers.
And this is where you can see an all-out pass rush.
Looks like they're about 2 yards short of the first down after that reception.
And there you see the effect of the pass rush, because typically when it's 3rd down, your receivers go to where they need to get the first down. But in this case, he was a little bit short, didn't go far enough, and that was because the quarterback didn't know if he had enough time to sit back there and throw the ball downfield far enough for a first down.
Looks like there's a penalty on the play. It's going against the Kitsap Storm. He's going to bring him back 10 yards, it looks. Oh no, longer than that. Randall, was that a holding penalty?
I don't see that. I didn't see it.
So they get another chance at 3rd down, but they are backed up quite a bit. We're looking at a 17 yards to get to the first there.
I didn't see the quarterback. I didn't see the official motion. What that was. What that call was.
So Kitsap got a man in motion. Takes the snap, throws it deep. No one even in the cat area, and they're throwing a flag in the area of a pass interference or a holding on the defensive back. I don't know if that ball was even catchable, though. It was 5 yards over his head at least.
It didn't look catchable. That makes me think that possibly you're right, a holding, because holding doesn't matter if it's catchable, but it'll be interesting. They called pass interference.
They call a pass interference on that. That's a automatic first down.
Now, the concept there could be that if he stopped the receiver from getting downfield, the official could have felt that if the receiver had been allowed to run unimpeded, he would have had a shot at the ball. It did seem to be quite a bit overthrown, though.
Yeah, they were really close to the sideline there. Maybe he actually bumped him out of bounds, which would definitely be pass interference there. So as we see what's going on and try to sort out what's going on the field here, the referees are trying to figure out where the ball is going to be spotted, what down it's going to be. And the ref is going up to spot the ball here. Looks like it's 3rd down on the 47-yard line. So a much more manageable amount of field for him.
See, and we're playing by the college rules. In the pros, it would be that'd be at the point of the foul, it'd be automatic first down. But
Exactly.
in this case, we're doing college rules. There's kind of an amalgam of college and pro rules at this league, or at this in the semi-pro level.
It's kind of beneficial for the league itself. They can kind of select which penalties and which rules they want to apply to their league.
Yeah, so far it has been a pretty good way to run the games.
Yeah, a lot of these athletes actually played college ball and did not make it into the NFL, but still have a big passion for the sport, and that's why they're playing at this level. All of these players actually volunteer. They're unpaid. They come out here and they perform every week, and they do it just because they love the game of football, not because they're making millions of dollars like the NFL players.
In fact, no one in the league is paid. In fact, you can't be paid in this league, because if one person in the league were paid, if one team paid a player, all the players in the league would lose their amateur status.
That's correct. You'd be a professional at that point, and then you would not be a semi-pro. The hike, got some pressure, throws it down, intercepted. He's going down the sideline. He's got room. What a block. There's a penalty flag on the play, and he goes trotting into the end zone.
Okay, now, so the defender gets in and starts jawing at the quarterback. Why not just walk away? We're going to score. That's a upsetting penalty right there.
It shouldn't impede on it if it's a taunting play. It should be after the kick or after the touchdown, so the touchdown would still stand. The penalties are racking up. Looks like it must be laundry day for the officials out there.
That has been one factor in the game so far this year. They have had a lot of penalties. There's been a lot of penalties called against the Kings, but also against their opponents.
Yeah, I find when the teams are really aggressive, then there's probably going to be a little bit more penalties out there called. They're just trying to get to the quarterback, just trying to make the big play. There was a block on that play that they could be calling a block in the back, but it looked like it was shoulder to shoulder, so we'll see what the call is. They are calling the block in the back. Looked like a pretty solid block on the shoulder pad of the linemen as they were coming out.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I think they also called a personal foul, I believe.
We'll see where the referees are going to spot the ball. They got the whole team of them out there. We have 5 refs in the center of the field trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, block in the back.
So we got the block in the back.
And then, so the official heads over to the side to explain things to the head coach, Tutu. That's the Kings head coach.
They will remain King football.
This is his second year as the head man. He played for the Kings for several years, and then received an injury a couple of years ago, and then was retired to the sideline. Actually, it's his 3rd year, I believe, with the Kings. His first year, he was the defensive coordinator.
So it looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 37-yard line. It's a spot foul, 10 yards from the infraction.
So we're going to have a King first down after the ball.
But it is a first down. Kings lining up and deep in Kitsap territory here. They're ready to get back into the end zone again. Seems like every other play they're getting somewhere down there, doesn't it?
It does. Well, the Kitsap's not getting to the quarterback. They got trips down here on the side. I could say they're going down there again.
Yeah, the one time they did almost get to the quarterback, he actually slipped them and threw a touchdown pass. So
That's a draw play right there, quick draw.
McCutcheon runs for another first down.
And he didn't get hit until he got tackled. So he didn't get touched until he had a first down.
Oh, it looks like he's just short of the first down. So
I stand corrected.
bring up second down here.
Going up to the left.
Throw a nice under route there to the 23-yard line. That's going to be good for the first down there.
That's Katron Marquette. A couple of games ago, he had some monster catches. This guy can break it open and with great runs after the catch. That's what he's really known for.
Yeah, it looks like he has good speed, and he's a big, tall, athletic-looking guy. Quarterback scrambling around in the backfield.
All kinds of
Gets a
time.
nice pass out in the flat. Going down to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Kings. Do we see any flags? No flags on the play.
And the one that threw the last block right down there in the corner to spring him into the end zone was Katron Barquette. Downfield, throwing a great block, and at least part of that touchdown you can give to number 88.
So in the first quarter, we have an ugly score if you're a Kitsap fan, 20-0. We still have 4 minutes and 28 seconds to play in this quarter.
Paul Dickey now on for the extra point.
Kings are lining up for the extra point here. Dickey's kick up and good. Add another one to the board there.
4 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Randall, what does Kitsap have to do to get back in this game?
Well, I would say score 3 touchdowns would be my guess. The deal is they got to keep making those short completions. They got to try to slow down the pass rush a little bit. It'd be great if you could get some running plays going. When you think about great pass rush, maybe run a couple of draws.
Have they even ran a running play this game?
Well, they ran a draw earlier, yes, but the thing is, you say, well, what you need to do is run the ball, but if you really can't run the ball, that's what you talk about. You say you need to run the ball, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to do that against this defense.
Yeah, I think that the main thing is they got to try to slow down this Kings offense, and the best way to do that might be what you're saying: stay on the field and actually have some productive offense, whether it's short passes for gains and get some first downs. If they keep going punch for punch with the Kings are going to knock them out really soon. So the Kings line up for the kickoff.
Number 1, Sabian Perigo is deep, as is number 2, Emmanuel Prudent. That's for Kitsap.
The kick is off. It's deep. Fields it about the 10-yard line. Makes a couple men miss and gets tackled by the next guy. Gets dropped down about the 31-yard line. He's slow to get up. He's limping a little bit. He's getting some help. No one likes to see a player injured at all, so I hope he's all right. Looked like a clean tackle, so I don't see anything malicious on that play at all.
Yeah, no, and it's the kickoff. That's the most dangerous game in all of football.
Yeah,
play.
That's why the NFL and college football both have tried to mainstream the rules to make it so that there's less injuries on that type of play. I think the worst position in the world would be a punt returner in mini camp somewhere. Yeah. So Kitsap lines up, takes a snap, hands off to the back. He goes nowhere. He gets stopped basically at the line of scrimmage. That should bring up 2nd down and 10.
He got the ball. He took off. It looks like he was going to get some speed, and then all of a sudden he stopped. That's the problem, running into this line. And again, I think that what they need to do is just try to hit a bunch of those short passes, and then every once in a while come over the top, try to hit a big game. It's tough. This defense is a good defense.
Yeah, it looks like the Kings have been able to sew up any kind of plan that the Kitsap Storm have had so far this game.
And they're not even blitzing that much. Last couple of games, they've put a lot of people up on the line of scrimmage and really have come after the offense. But here, they're just doing it with the 4 men up front.
Yeah, it looks like a four-man rush. Nothing crazy, just kind of containing the quarterback. And Kitsap hasn't been able to capitalize. It looked like a fake handoff to nobody was there, and he gets tackled in the backfield. That's a sack.
Yeah, that was a fake handoff, as in the running back went the wrong way or the quarterback turned the wrong way. I think that was a mix-up there.
Yeah, that sack was by Chris Zavala. Steps in and makes a big tackle. Quarterback tried to roll out of the pocket there and just got swallowed up by the defense.
And we got a timeout on the score.
And we got a timeout on the field.
Go main quarterback. Kings up 21 to the score reserve.
Today's sponsor, King's Fireworks. Looking to supply your block party? King's Fireworks has exactly what you need. The Godfather Pack. 280 shots of boom. 220 pounds packed full of 500-gram cakes, 200-gram cakes, mortars, and much, much more. So thank you to our sponsor, King's Fireworks. They're located at 2102 East Alexander Avenue in Tacoma. So the Kings out there celebrating. They seem pumped up and ready to go. They got a nice mix of music here at the stadium. It's nice with the semi-pro league. They can kind of do what they want as far as entertaining their fans. We have a pretty good turnout for the game too.
Yeah, and some of the Kings are starting to enjoy the success so far. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, the Kitsap called the timeout. They're looking to regroup. Hopefully they've come up with something to stay competitive in this game. They don't want it to get too out of hand. 21-0 is pretty out of hand in the first quarter, but we'll see where this game goes.
The quarterback's pretty deep here. He's coming up to the line now.
I don't expect to see him under center anytime soon after that fumble earlier. And we got a penalty on the play. See what the refs have to call.
We're going to say neutral zone infraction on the Kings.
A neutral zone infraction on the Kings.
Yeah, I think he lined up in the neutral zone.
That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. That'll shorten the field for Kitsap to start it. So it looks like it's going to be third down and about 10.
Yeah, and what do you have to do? You got to throw the ball, and you got to try to get 9 yards. They got a couple of linebackers up to the line. They may be bringing people.
Yeah, Kitsap's running a 5 wide.
He
Deep pass. He's about to get killed. Ball goes up, almost intercepted. Looks like the helmet popped the ball out of his hands. That's going to bring up 4th down. Now, the question is Kitsap going to go for it back in their deep in their own territory, or are they going to try to punt the ball off so that the Kings can at least start back a little bit further, and hopefully Kitsap's defense can do something to try to slow down this machine of an offense in the Kings?
Yeah, they got a punt. Yeah, they're going to kick it out of there.
Yeah, their offense hasn't been very productive so far, so I agree with the coach's call here to punt the ball away.
Yeah.
Now if they can just contain the return man, because they haven't really been doing so well on that with the on the kickoffs.
The coverage.
Correct.
Yeah, the punt coverage. They had to get another guy on the field there.
It's much easier when you have all 11. The snap, and the punt's off, almost blocked.
They got close to that.
That's a good punt. Back to the 35-yard line, receive the ball. There's a flag on the play. Another flag. And a tackle down at the 43-yard line.
That was a good, hard return. Didn't get a whole lot of yards, but ran hard.
Yeah, Brendan Crumley on the tackle there for Kitsap.
And we have another flag on the field.
Yeah, we got a couple of them. We'll see what they got to call here.
You would expect that to be block in the back.
It looks like a block in the back on the Kings. He's going to start back a little bit further. That was quite a punt with the pressure in his face he had there.
That was.
He had 3 men jumping right up for the ball. It was very close to being blocked.
I thought it was. I thought we were going to call a block punt.
Yeah, it was pretty good of the Kings actually to be able to get that close and be that close to the ball without actually impeding on the kicker's ability to kick the ball, which would be a big penalty and give Kitsap a first down. So
that's a good point too, because normally when you see that many people running at the punter, someone roughs them. That's a good point. That was a good disciplined rush by the Kings.
Exactly.
Now we could just be more disciplined on the return.
So the Kings starting on their own 27-yard line. And they hand off to the running back, and he's down about the 30-yard line, so it looks like a gain of 3 on the play. Is that McCutcheon out there still? No, Anthony France is the running back in the game currently. The Kings waste no time, get right back to the line of scrimmage.
Didn't even huddle.
Throws the ball. Oh, looks like there's going to be a penalty on that play. I think that's going to be a pass interference. The defender tried to get there as the ball got there, but in actuality, it looked like he got there just before the ball got to the receiver.
People talk about how the defender is allowed to play the ball, and he is able to go after the ball, but he can't go through the receiver to get to the ball. That was the case there, was he hit the receiver going through him to get to the ball, and that's why that is a good call.
Yeah, that should be a pretty cut and dry penalty there. Referees kind of come together still. They're just trying to figure out where the penalty occurred.
Yeah, so the Kings, they're pretty much, it seems that pretty much whatever they're trying is working. The only thing that's stopping them is themselves.
Yeah, the Kings have been pretty precise with all of their movements on offense so far today.
Right.
Actually, in all facets of the game, they've been great on defense, great on special teams, and also great on offense there. So it's a 15-yard penalty. The Kings are going to line up at the 50-yard line on a brand new set of downs, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 50-yard line. Oh, the refs are backing him up.
Now we're going backwards again.
They are going backwards 15 yards.
But they're moving the chains also.
So is it still a new set of downs there? Looks like it. Not really sure what happened there, Ren.
I'm not either. What they must have moved the chains forward and realized they weren't supposed to do that. Because there's not a penalty where you move.
He takes the snap, pump fake, right up the middle. Great catch. Just holding the ball kind of loosely in one hand. Wraps it back in.
That's Catron Barquette there.
Barquette looks like he had a little extracurricular activity after the play.
He's not happy.
He's saying that he got grabbed by the defender, and he wasn't very happy about it. He may or may not have thrown some blows there. Either way,
let's keep our composure, guys.
Either way, the refs are just trying to sort stuff out here. The officiating team has been pretty good about keeping both teams calm. There's been a lot of laundry on the field, but if it's necessary, it's necessary.
Yeah, it does seem that they've done a pretty good job of keeping the game under control.
We'll see what the call is here. Looked like a completed pass down to about the 53-yard line, and then after the catch, it looked like a penalty for personal foul, probably.
That was a nice run. Good athletic moves.
Yeah, he was out there. I was a little concerned the way he was holding the ball in just one hand. That's a good way. If someone comes up from behind, they can knock the ball loose or knock it out of your hands, and that can cause for a fumble. And all it takes really in football is just one big play by the other team, and you can kind of change the tide of the whole game.
Yeah.
It's a dead ball personal foul on the defense for grabbing the junk, apparently, according to the referee.
I don't know that I've ever seen that motion from the official.
I've been watching football my whole life, and I've never seen that.
Never seen that one. I was one that could make it to YouTube. So they got offsetting personal fouls.
I wonder if they're going to walk the ball up and then all the way back again.
Okay, the head guy's over here trying to explain what's going on, talking to the head coach, the referee.
So it looks like it's going to be 1st down for the Kings. And it's going to be at the 53-yard line. They're going to spot the ball.
Now, I don't know why they're moving the chains, though.
Well, it looks like they're going to just set up a 1st down right there. as the refs get all their flags back. We'll get started here in
sorry, go ahead.
First down and 10 from the 53-yard line.
It was a dead ball. So it was after the play. That's why they went ahead and moved it to first down.
Oh, gotcha. They hand off to the back, breaks off to the left, runs very hard into the defender at about the 41-yard line, tackled at the 42-yard line.
That was a nice run. Takes the ball just right off to the right of center, cuts to the left, gets upfield, and then at the very end, when he knows there's a contact's coming, that acceleration at the end was good. That's the mark of a good, tough back.
Yeah.
Instead of juking around, trying to get around him, he knows the tackle's coming, accelerates into it, and delivers the blow. That was a nice run.
So that'll bring up second and short for the Kings. Quarterback drops back, passes to the flat, to the left sideline rather. Pierre Coliver makes the reception, knocked out of bounds. He's going to move the chains and give it the Kings another first down.
That was a nice route run by Allred there. He saw the open area, got upfield, saw the open area, cut out, and he was open. That was a disciplined route.
10 seconds left to go in the quarter.
So that'll bring up another first down for the Kings here. They're on the 29-yard line in scoring position. Quarterback takes the snap. It's like the defense gets through and makes a big sack back at the 45-yard line. The offensive line broke down. Looks like the Kings are going to be going ahead and calling a timeout to kind of regroup and assess the situation.
You know what? I think they had a screen on. I think the offense, because now maybe the offensive line got beat, but I think what they did is that they set up, hit the guy, then let their defenders get through. But the receiver, the guy that was going to catch the ball on the screen, got hung up somehow.
Yeah, that happens sometimes in those screen plays. Is they'll get stuck back in those as the linemen are coming in from the defensive side, and they'll get stuck behind there and won't be able to pop out for that screen pass.
That's a scary thing, too, if you're a quarterback and they're running the screen because your linemen are going to block for a count or two counts, and then they run either to the sidelines or upfield to where the ball's supposed to be thrown, and all of a sudden the quarterback sees the entire defense coming at him. I think that's what happened that play.
That's what I saw, too, Randall. Today's game is brought to you by King's Fireworks. For all your fireworks needs this season, look no further than King's Fireworks. Family packs, teen packs, 500-gram cakes, 200-gram cakes, 60-gram canister mortars, and much, much more. They're located at 2102 East Alexander Avenue here in Tacoma.
And that supports the Kings. If you want to help out the Kings and help the football team, go down there and buy those fireworks.
Yeah, walk past the rest and go to the best. So the Kings line up here. Second down, the 45-yard line. They were pushed way back. They need to get to about the 20-yard line to get a first down.
You know, this is interesting now. We only got like about second and 25 or so. This will be fun to see if the Kings can pull this off.
Yeah, we got the official all the way over on the Kitsap sideline talking with the coach over there. Everybody's seeming to be wondering what's going on and trying to get this game on the move here. He's still over there conferring. I don't know what's going on. All right, looks like he's coming back out on the field so we can get this game back underway.
.43 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Snap, drop back, pass right up the middle. Ooh, just a little off. I don't know if that was the receiver not running quite the right route or the quarterback just trying to keep it out of the defender's hands. Either way, it's an incomplete pass. That'll bring up third down. If Kitsap can make a stop, it'll be only their second stop of the game.
On downs?
Yes. Yeah. The Kings have been very, very methodical moving the ball down the field, so it'd be kind of a big step in the right direction for Kitsap to make it a competitive game.
So the offensive coordinator, David McEachern, he's going to have to pull up his 3rd and 25 play. I'm sure he has one, but...
Yeah, they usually consist of Hail Mary or some sort of misdirection. The way the Kings have been playing it, I'm guessing that you're going to probably see like a long sideline pass and see if they can get that get the wide receiver isolated on the outside and see if they can pull in a big catch for a first down.
Yeah, the defense knows that has to be coming, but so far, except for that one play a few plays ago, the offensive line has been protecting the quarterback really well.
But in retrospect, you can kind of see that if Kitsap is playing back to defend the pass, they might just go for a run and use it and play for all 4 downs to try to get that first down.
Yeah, and get us out of the first quarter.
The way this game's going, it could be quite a long game. All right, so the Kings ready. Just waiting for the referees. Go ahead. All right, here we go. We got trips on the top of the field. 4 wide, 1 back. Shotgun set. Hikes the ball. Looks back. Pass up the middle to no man's land. There's nobody there.
They were not on the same page, and the receiver, the way he looked at the quarterback, he expected the quarterback to throw the ball to him. The quarterback expected the receiver to be somewhere else. So I think the receiver was expecting to get the ball, but he was not where the quarterback thought he was going to be.
Yeah, it was. There were 4 Kitsap defenders in that territory though too. So I think that it was just maybe the quarterback just wanted to get it out of the way so he didn't have to worry about getting an interception, big turnover, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a good point too, because sometimes quarterbacks will go ahead and throw the ball away if they see that the receivers are going to take a big hit. And that makes sense. In this game, no need to really put your receivers at risk at this point because we got a good lead.
So the Kings back to punt the ball from the 45-yard line. Punter standing back about the 42 of the Kings. It's the first punt of the day from the Kings.
That's a good stat.
That is a good stat. Be a better stat in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
It's a low snap. Picks it up. Quite a high punt. It gets a little friendly bounce for the Kings. It's going to go out. It's going to be marked at the 22-yard line.
I'm thinking the pressure, I'm thinking the punter might have noticed the pressure coming at him because that is a good punter. I've watched him kick some really nice line drives down the field. That was not one of the better punts.
Well, with the short field position, kicking a shorter punt is kind of where what you want to do. Obviously, try to get them inside the 20-yard line, but the 22-yard line is really good. That punt was very high. It looked like it sailed out of our viewing perspective over the stadium.
That's a good point. You know what? We'll hand that to the punter. We'll say he did that on purpose because you're right. It's 22-yard line. Yeah, I'll take that.
It's kind of what you want out of the deal.
Yeah, 22. That'll work.
So Kitsap lines up, 3 wide, 1 back. Looks like the quarterback's coming out, maybe calling a timeout.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Oh, that's the end of the quarter.
I almost said that's the end of the half.
Feels like it almost. So at the half, we have the Kings 21 and the Storm 0. It's been pretty much all Kings so far. They've pretty much done whatever they wanted to with Kitsap. Kitsap came out looking like they were trying to play, and then that big return at the beginning of the game has just kind of set them in a hole since then.
Yeah, and along those lines, the kickoff return for a touchdown was nullified.
Exactly, but then they picked it up in 3 plays and marched down the field and scored a touchdown. So today's game is brought to you by King's Fireworks. Looking to supply the block party? King's Fireworks is exactly what you need. The Godfather Pack, 280 shots of boom, 220 pounds packed full of 500-gram cakes, 200-gram cakes, mortars, and much, much more. King's Fireworks.
Yeah, you can do that.
So the teams are switching sides right now. Kitsap's going to get the ball at the 21-yard line. They're trying to make it a different game from last quarter to this quarter. It's been all Kings so far in this game. Kings lead 21-0.
There's a contact button. We're going to start in the second quarter.
So here comes the start of the second quarter.
What? There's no halftime. Oh my God.
Kitsap back. 3 wideouts, 1 back. Got an extra blocker in there. Oh, almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted by number 21, Jerome Williams.
Man, he stepped right in. The safety came right in out of nowhere over the top and just tried to pick that ball. Was there just probably a second too late, but didn't have any penalties on the play, which is great. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from Kitsap's 22-yard line.
That's a risky place to run over the middle there. And the quarterback, however, had enough time to get the ball off.
Yeah, they added an extra blocker in there. They're only going 3 wide on that play with 1 back, so they had 5 or 6 up front to block the rush coming in.
2nd down and 10.
There's a movement on the offensive line.
And we got our first flag.
Make that 2nd and 15.
We got our first penalty of the second quarter.
5 seconds
5
in.
seconds into it.
And over to our north side.
Illegal procedure. We're going to back them up.
To our right. Concessions is now open. We got pizza, we got chips, we got drinks.
And that happens when you get a pass rush like the Kings have had so far, putting the pressure on the quarterback. Those offensive linemen, they start getting a little worried about the health of their quarterback, and they want to jump off as quick as they can to block the pass rush.
Actually now after the penalty.
Kitsap lines up. Hands the ball off. Running back makes a little juke, but gets wrapped up shortly thereafter. Looks like he's back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard gain on the play.
Forward of the storm getting carried. It's maybe a yard.
That looked like they actually were trying to set that up as a draw. But that you're having problems when you set up a draw and the pass rush gets to the running back before he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of the draw, is to track the defensive people in, then pass the ball off so they can, or hand the ball off so they can get that yardage. Got a man in motion, and so fake handoff, pass to the flat, wrapped up by 3 defenders. They are just swallowing them up. I don't think there's a gain on the play there. It looks like they're still at the 22.5-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down.
The receiver was wide open on that play, but it was so short of the first down, the Kings were probably playing back a little bit, play back where they don't get a first down. So it was a completion, but they got barely back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a play that you'd want to run on like 1st or 2nd down to kind of get some yardage and make it shorter than a 10-yard gain to get the first. Looks like the Storm are back to punt the ball. They're getting some player personnel in. They were short a few players. No big deal, I guess. So the Kings back to receive. They're actually lined up about the 40-yard line to receive that punt. It's a high punt.
They got it. Oh!
Some serious pressure on the punter. He went down, running the ball up the sideline, got blocked, got man in front to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Kings! There is a flag back at the 40-yard line. There was no call for roughing the kicker on that play. He was in there, though, and he definitely made contact with the kicker, but it was after the ball was away.
Well, that would still be a penalty. What must have happened is he must have hit the ball. If the person rushing the punter touches the ball, then there's no roughing the punter. That's the only way they could get away with it. They would not call that, I would think, in this case.
Perfect. Yeah, they must have, because they definitely did not call a penalty, and the kicker was on the ground pleading with the referee to get a penalty called on that play. Looks like they're going to be backing him up.
Wait, there's a flag on the ground.
Yeah, the 40-yard line. That's I think probably a block in the back at that point.
So we'll check the flag.
Yes, it's a block in the back against the Kings.
And then we got a personal foul.
And a personal foul against the Kings as well. Looks like a taunting penalty for personal foul. At least I believe that's what the motion of his hand clapping together like that is.
I see some interesting motions by the officials to demonstrate the penalty.
Yeah, they definitely have their own way of doing things, their own brand of it. That's for sure. So they're backing them up here. It looks like they're going to spot the ball way back from about the 35-ish yard line, 36-yard line.
That's rough too. The punter gets hammered. He got hit pretty hard. We're assuming that the ball was tipped, and then they return it for a touchdown. Now, in this case, it was nullified, but that is not a good way for the play to go if you're a punter.
So that's the second special teams touchdown that's been negated because of a penalty. The Kings are definitely have gotten what they needed as far as blocking goes and everything for their run backs on kickoffs and punt returns. They've been getting into the punter, which is hard to do actually a lot of times. So it's been kind of a blessing for them. Take the snap and hand off to the back. And he slips down. Gain of 2 yards, it looks like, on that play. That's okay, though. On the first down, you just want to get some yards in there. And,
I like that call. And I would like to see the Kings, we got a good lead. I'd like to see them start running the ball, start working on your running game.
Yeah, their running game has been really good so far this game. So they line up, ready to take the snap. Shotgun set. Back to pass. A little pump fake. Throw it down the sideline. Oh, he was wide open. It looks like he threw him off.
Well, the thing is, he went out of bounds and he came back in. So there's probably going to be a penalty on the receiver.
Well, that can go both ways too, right? If he gets pushed out of bounds, then he can come back in. But if he runs himself out of bounds, then he cannot. Is that correct?
You know what? I don't think he can. Well, I don't know.
Looks like there's a holding call against the Kings.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. That's what I would have called. But why was it over on the sidelines? I don't think it was a hold.
At this point, it may just be something they're trying to situate it out with, just calling something. Try to slow down the Kings' offense.
Well, it looked like he did go out of bounds, though, and then came back in. But like you said, maybe he was pushed out.
Yeah, it definitely looked like the timing was off between the quarterback and receiver at that point. The referee almost went the wrong direction on that.
Wrong way.
So it looks like it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. 15-yard penalty. The Kings are going to be pushed back to the 29-yard line. So it's third down from their own 29-yard line. They need to get to the 47 for a first down. This is big play time.
Yeah, and look at the defense is going to get off and get after him.
Culliver made a great catch there in a cutback route and caught the ball about the 40. Is taken down about the 42-yard line, which brings it to a 10-yard gain needed for first down.
That was a good gain too. Get it back to the original line of scrimmage, but that was good. You get those 10 yards, and now you kick the ball. Oh no, they're not going to kick the ball because they got a good lead. Or I mean, it's third down.
Third down now.
Quarterback drops back to pass. Scrambles out to his left. Running, throws the ball to a wide open receiver who makes the catch inbounds at the 33-yard line. Correction, 34-yard line.
And another flag. It's in the backfield of the Kings, so that sometimes suggests it could be holding.
Yeah, with that rollout, sometimes it confuses the offensive line, and they'll end up making some mistakes trying to protect their quarterback.
Well, even if it doesn't count, that was a nice play. Quarterback moving around. He had some good time back there, too.
Yeah,
rolls out.
Cruz had a nice throw on that ball from running. He was running the opposite way because he's right-handed. He was running to his left, and he made that throw, and it was on the money. It was right into the receiver's hands, and he was standing on the sideline wide open.
Yeah, good vision by the quarterback to see as you said, all the way on the opposite side of the field, and you also were correct on the call there. That is holding against the Kings.
So the Kings getting the ball, third down. They're going to repeat third down on the 27-yard line. So it negates a huge play and then brings them back 10 yards from there. Well, they've done it once. They can do it again, right, Randall?
Yep.
And we hear it from the fans as well. They say the same thing.
Yeah, and this is good because the line is going to have long time protection. They're going to have to hold the rush off for quite a while to get the 20 yards they need. So this will be interesting.
Cruz takes the snap, back to pass, throws the ball up. Oh, it's just off the fingertips of the receiver. That would have been still short of the first down by about 3 or 4 yards. It looks like they're going to bring the punting unit in now.
Yeah, the receiver should have run a few yards past, right? It's third down, so you got to get past the first down. Quarterback had enough time, so it's good protection by the offensive line.
Yeah, Cruz has actually really impressed me by being able to scramble out of the pocket and find those lanes to be able to pass the ball. And it's really difficult sometimes as a quarterback, especially with these large offensive linemen, to be able to throw the ball over them and through these little passing routes.
Yeah, right. And see the guy all the way on the other side of the field. And as you were saying, when you're going to the wrong side, if you're right-handed, you're running to the left, that's tough.
Yeah, you're throwing across your body, and a lot of times you're taught as a kid in football not to do that because you don't have the arm strength that you do the other way. So he's back to punt the ball about his 15-yard line. There's a penalty flag. It was blocked. They're picking the ball up on the 5 into the end zone. I think it's going to be negated, though. It looked like the defense was offsides there.
That would be a bad break for Kitsap.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a bad break for Kitsap because he was definitely offsides on the far side there. So that play is gonna be moving forward, and it's gonna be King's ball still.
Brandon Crumbly was the one that blocked that punt, and it's a little disturbing because he lined up on the left side. There was no disguising what he was doing. He came off of the left side. He lined up there, and nobody picked him up. So they got to work on that. You can't have a guy line up and nobody pick him up.
So apparently they're repeating the down, but no yardage lost or gained.
So it looks like being that the Kings are going to have to re-kick the ball.
They're calling for a re-kick.
Boy, things are just going against you when you block the punt, but you were offsides.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to be offsides to block the punt either. I don't even know if it was called on him.
No, it was the defensive lineman on the end. He was just a little eager to try to get in there. They're trying to make something happen, and he was just a little too eager. Maybe they had a good snap count on it, and they just drew him off.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. It wasn't even the guy that blocked it. So let's see if he can do it again. Are they going to pick him up now? He's 24 down on this side. They got two guys showing on the outside. He goes inside.
Well, he kicks it away.
It's a pretty good punt, down to about the 40. And the Kings will down the ball at the 38-yard line, and Kitsap will take over. There's a flag in the backfield.
And you know we were talking about the guys of Kitsap coming off of the left side. Well, they had two guys out there, and the King player blocked one, then grabbed the other. That was how they decided to pick him up, not let him block the punt.
So that's one way of doing it, right?
Yeah. The guys we were talking about was the one that got held on this play.
So the Kings back conferring with the refs, figure out exactly what's going on.
So they're going to probably kick again. Let's see how they play that. So what happens? You have two defenders out on the left side here, and they got one guy to block him. They got to figure out how he's going to do it. The first play when he blocked the punt, the guy on the edge, the King on the edge, stepped down. So he let the other guy go free. This time he stepped out to pick him up, but then had to come back down and grab the guy inside, and he got holding. So we'll see how they block him this time. It's number 9 and 24, closest to us.
So we're setting up for our third punt in a row.
Third punt in a row.
We have 10:42 still remaining in the second quarter. The Kings leading 21-0. We've had a little confusion out here from time to time from the refs and getting the penalties correct. Looks like they're pushing them back a little before they go ahead and punt this ball off again.
So let's watch how they're going to block him. Number 9 is Anthony Allen. 24 is Brandon Crumbly out here on the left. A little excitement in this game. Let's see how the Kings are going to pick him up. Are they going to get another shot at blocking the punt?
I think the Kings can do better than the field position they got on the last play anyway. This punter has a booming leg, so
they let the inside guy go.
Oh, it looks like he picks up the ball. Oh, he gets tackled back inside the 10-yard line. He was going to punt it, and he had a guy right in his face, so he pulled it down and tried to make the most of it. And he tried to pull it back and kick it again, but it didn't work out. So he gets tackled. It looks like the spot's at the 9-yard line. So Kitsap has the best field position of the game for themselves. We'll see what they can do with it here.
So the 24, Brandon Crumbly, went inside, and they didn't pick him up. They had to back him across and get him, but then somebody from the inside of the Kitsap line was able to come up the middle and get into the punter. So this is going to be interesting. There's something to work on next week.
What kind of defense do you expect to see from the Kings at this point?
Well, I would expect them to be close up. I would think maybe extra linemen. So they've walked the linemen. Yeah, okay, so we got 5 down linemen.
So Kitsap's back to take the snap, shotgun formation. They hand the ball off. Running back gets hit immediately and dropped. Looks like it's going to be a loss of about a yard on that play. I think the Kings may bring some pressure here when it gets down to 3rd down if they make it to that point. Quarterback hasn't been performed very well under pressure for the Storm.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to perform well when you got a bunch of big guys bearing down on you.
Yeah, it's never a good sight to see a 300-pounder running at your face.
You know, I think they're just going to put the next 3 passes right up into the corner of the end zone. I don't think they're going to run it anymore.
Their running game, I mean, you still have to run the ball to just keep the offense or the defense honest. That's a wounded duck in the air. It's up for grabs. Playing 500 out there. He tosses the ball after he makes the catch. Looks like they're going to spot that ball about the 1-yard line in the Kings' favor as they came down with it.
The quarterback got hit as he threw.
He is still down right now, too. The quarterback is on the ground. This is the second time he's been down this game.
Well, you got to respect him. I mean, he's standing in there, and he sees the pressure coming out, and he still put the ball up. And in this case, he had the guys down there, but he was hit as he threw.
Yeah, I guess I called for the blitz a down late because they came with the pressure on that play. And then when the ball got hit, it looked like it was just a wobbly, wounded duck up there in the air, and it came down, and it was like playing 500, the little schoolyard game we used to play, and that one was worth 500 points as he came down with it. After he caught the ball, it looked like he was trying to lateral the pass to another player, but it would have been a forward pass either way. So I don't know where they're going to spot the ball. It looks like they're going to spot the ball on like the 3-inch line. This will be a big situation for the Kings to be able to pull it out. They're going to need a big push from their offensive line in order to get that ball going.
I sure hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's getting up. We got some fans clapping. Good sportsmanship out here. Yeah, he got rocked pretty hard on that play. What do you see here, Randall? Maybe a dive play coming up?
You know what? That's a tough one. Yeah. That's. I was thinking, no, let's sit back in the. They have so much protection. I'd go ahead and throw it. But no, yeah, I think it will just a quick dive, get a little extra room. With the protection they've had thus far in the game, you don't really have to worry about throwing out of the end zone. Of course, especially if the defense isn't on the field. Oh, there you go.
They call a timeout on that play?
Yes, they did.
Looks like it, yeah. After the injury, it looked like they weren't getting back on the field. The entire defense was not ready at all. I think there was only one player from Kitsap that was actually on the field as the Kings were starting to line up. So it's good to see them actually getting together, getting that timeout called before they just went 1 on 11.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have mattered what they did at that point if they got 1 versus 11 on the field. So. Looks like
one wonders how that happens. How do you not have your team on the field as the ball's about to be snapped?
Yeah, they're probably meeting with the coach and maybe concern over the quarterback as well.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
So the Kitsap Storm coming back out on the field. Looks like one of their linemen is out there trying to explain the situation to the referee. I don't feel they needed to burn that timeout at that point.
Yeah, and that's what he's saying, too. He's saying, hey, there was an injury, and that the officials didn't alert them on time that the clock was going to start again, because there's no set amount of time with an injury.
Yeah, they should have given him some time to be able to figure out what was going on. It looks like they're going to do the handoff. They get the ball out and get some breathing room out of the end zone there. It looks like it's going to go to about the 4-yard line. So the Kings are going to take the ball. It's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 4. They got exactly what they needed. They needed to get out of the end zone.
You called it. You called the play.
So they're back in the shotgun formation. They got 3 wide. So they got extra linemen up front, 1 back.
The line's pointing out blitzes that they see coming. Suggests a pass.
A deep pass down the sideline. Makes the grab. Oh, wow. What a catch. What a
inbounds.
That's Pierre Coliver. We keep calling his name today. He is definitely making a showing for himself today. What a catch down the sideline. Wish we had some instant replay to show you folks.
That's a highlight film right there.
Now this video will be posted later, so if you want to go back and watch it again, you can definitely do that. That was an amazing catch. He caught it over his shoulder running full steam and kept his feet in bounds when he made the catch. What a grab.
Yeah, and the quarterback's in the end zone when he throws it.
So it's 1st and 10, the handoff again. Looks like he's not going to get much running room. Maybe 2 yards on the play.
Didn't get much surge there with the offensive line.
Looks like the running back's calling for a face mask on the play, saying he got grabbed. That's Chris McCutcheon.
2nd down, about 7 now.
2nd and 7 here on the play. King's doing the right thing, you know, getting some breathing room, cutting a few yards off of that 10 yards to gain. Drops back to pass, throws it out. Oh, big hit. Oh, what a hit. The crowd erupts. The team erupts on the sideline. Holy cow.
That's Barquette.
Barquette makes the defender pay. Drops his shoulder right into him and puts him back and just walks right over him for a first down.
That's an instructional point, too. He gets it. He made some nice moves, got a field, but then when he knows the collision is coming, accelerate, and that's something to do.
And they take the handoff. Looks like about another 2 or 3 yard gain. We got a flag on the play here. Yeah, Barquette, exactly what you want to do. When you get that ball and you know there's going to be contact, you want to be the one to initiate the contact because you're going to make the hit instead of them. And he took the smaller defender and just ran him over. It was amazing. The entire sideline basically jumped out of their cleats. Quite a play. Looks like they're calling a holding on that play. They're going to move it back.
So we got a holding on the play.
Yeah, and that's actually something as far as is actually from the laws of physics. If you accelerate right as the contact happens, you take less of the contact. You would think you'd hit harder, but you actually take less of a blow.
So it's 1st and 20 from the 50-yard line. A little wide on the pass. Oh, it looks like a screenplay. It got the blockers out there. McCutcheon makes the defender pay again at about the 35-yard line. Goes out about the 33, 34-yard line. Gets all those yards back and then some. We're going to have 2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line, or 35-yard line, rather. The Kings working and driving the ball again. Cruz back calling the plays, putting his people where he needs them.
That was a great screen.
High snap, drops back, throws it deep down the sideline. Oh, he lays out and almost makes the catch. What a play. These play calls are very, very good. They're coming with the heat here, just throwing it deep and doing their thing.
Yeah, Coach Mack, he's making some good plays. That's the offensive coordinator, David McCutcheon.
Yeah, they're definitely doing what they need to do. They're kind of rope-a-doping them with a couple run plays, keeping the defense in, and then they're just spreading it out and taking the ball deep. We got a timeout on the field. What a play. So with 7:04 remaining in the second quarter, the Kings are leading 21-0 over the Kitsap Storm. What an action-packed first quarter and a half we've had so far. Man, they have the Kings have been great on all sides of the ball. They've been great as far as running the ball, throwing the ball, defense, everything.
The play calls.
Yeah, the play calls, man. The coach is definitely stepping up and making the right calls at the right time, making sure that the right players are in the right spot to make the big plays.
And I haven't really mentioned this that much, but you also, the defense, they are blitzing. They are sending the linebackers, and they're doing it at different times. And a couple of times, they've sent the linebacker right into the running play. So it makes me wonder, maybe even the linebackers are picking stuff up.
Yeah, they're getting some good communication out there on the lines too between each other, just to be able to set it up so it's they can be in the right spot to make the right play. So it's 3rd down and 5 for the Kings. Takes the shotgun snap, sets back, throws it deep down the left. There's no one except Kitsap there, and they do make the interception.
Okay,
it goes out of bounds, and he's down. He looks like he might be hurt there on the play.
And we saw the two receivers over in that area. The first thing they do is run right to each other and start talking to each other. So clearly, one of those two receivers did not run the route that he was expected to run.
Yeah, it might have been an audible or a hot route called, and then the receiver didn't get the communication properly, so that they ended up having no one in the vicinity of the ball.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what went down there.
As they're checking him out on the sideline, making sure he's okay. He was kind of wreathing in pain there on the sideline. It looked like it might have been his hand or his shoulder or somewhere in the upper body. Either way, the interception was made, and it's going to be Kitsap's ball. Kitsap needed some big play on defense. This is the first time they've had a defensive play that's really stood out in the whole game, and it was just because of the accidental miscommunication by the Kings on that play.
Yeah, and the injured player, he didn't get hit by anyone. But actually the most common cause of injury in football is collision with the ground.
Yeah, I think that he may have ran into his own player when they were receiving the ball, because there was 2 people back trying to get it. So we got 1st down and 10 from about the 7-yard line.
That's offsides. And the defensive line jumped offsides. I think that's the defensive line coach, because he plays quite a bit. I should make sure it's him before I say that.
Yeah, it's offsides on the defense, so it's going to give Kitsap some free yards there and a 1st down. I think the Kings had him back towards their end zone and wanted to really put the pressure on him, possibly get a sack, out of the play. Yeah,
this is when you get a chance for a big play. So it's 1st and 5.
You can see that defense is pretty hungry out there. The handoff to the back. He breaks a couple tackles, gets hit pretty hard about the 20-yard line, but he does make enough for the 1st down. It's the first positive running play they've had all game so far.
That was a good, powerful run. Small guy, but he came with some authority on that.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get hit in the backfield. He took the first hit and then just kept going. So it was a great play so far.
Finished it off with a hard hit too.
6:05 remaining. Kitsap back. We got two split backs behind the quarterback in the shotgun formation. He's calling out the play, taking the snap a little low, hands off to the back, gets hit and swallowed up in the backfield and gets rolled over. He gets hit pretty good back there. It's going to give him to the 20-yard line, so looks like maybe a loss of 1.
They gave him forward progress.
Kitsap needs to get something going for themselves, otherwise they are going to come out of the half with a very big deficit. They had this opportunity on that interception, and they really haven't been able to make anything of it so far. So they hope to be able to get something going. But it's 2nd down. 2nd down and 11. Quarterback hollering out signals to his players.
Empty backfield there.
5 wide.
Quarterback's all alone.
Peterson back to pass.
Another short pass. Looks like a gain of about 1 or 2 on that play, which should bring them back up to the original line of scrimmage, possibly a half a yard beyond that. It's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up for Kitsap.
Yeah, and that's what they have to do. They got to throw the short passes like that. And the problem is they need 10 yards.
It's the only thing that's really been working for him is throwing those short passes. But unfortunately, those short passes, it's the Kings' defense seems to be bending but not breaking.
Well, and
so
also
they'll give them the little ones.
Sure, and it's like 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. Well, the defense is going to be back off a little bit. So that's one of the reasons those short passes are open. It's because it's long. It's 3rd and long or 2nd and long.
Yeah, a lot of teams will use that to gain momentum, but they don't seem to be able to really do anything after the fact. So here's Kitsap lined up. 3rd down. Gets a low snap. Throws it down. Almost intercepted. Oh, maybe it is. What do we got here? They call it an interception.
Yeah, I think that's an incomplete there.
It looked like it may have bounced off of the offense or the defensive player's back and into his hands. Oh, okay. They're calling it back and saying the ball hit the ground.
And so that was another middle screen. They're getting such a great pass rush. It's 3rd and long. And that's not a bad call. That's not a great call for when you're that deep in your own territory.
Exactly.
But you got the pass rush. And that's what they do. The pass rush comes past where the receiver is, and then you just dump the ball over.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Randall. They threw the ball right into the middle of the defense zone. There were still people back where they were supposed to be rushing the quarterback, and they weren't. They faked like they were going to, so they set up the screen like they wanted it, and then they kind of rope-a-doped them in and got them. So Kitsap back to punt from their own 6-yard line. Changing up some personnel here. There's a whistle on the play before the snap. See what we got here.
Looks like the official is counting the Kitsap players.
I think they're saying there's 12 men on the field. That's one way of getting back in the game.
Yeah, that gives you an advantage there.
Absolutely. They're going to back him up, so he's going to be punting basically off the 1-yard line of his own end zone. The wind is picking up here.
Looks like we're going after him too off the right edge. No one got him.
What a spiraling punt! Picks a little flip to the other running back there. Makes it. Lineman gets in the way, gets knocked down by his own player. He's running up the sideline to the 10. One man to beat, the punter only. Oh, he looks like he gets down to the 1 or 2 yard line down there. It was really close to being in the end zone.
And the punter saved the touchdown.
Man, that was
hear
quite
about
a
that.
play.
You know, the thing, too, the big thing on that play, too, is that the King on the snap, one of the King players gets into the backfield, is real close to blocking the punt, but he didn't rough the punter. If he'd roughed the punter, that return wouldn't have counted. So that's good discipline, again, on the Kings. Rushing the punter, getting into the punter's face, but not roughing the punter if they don't block the punt.
Yeah, the special teams for the Kings has been outstanding today. It's been one of the best performances I've seen in a long time. They're going to line up here on the 2-yard line. 1st down with a 21-point lead. The running back gets hit in the backfield and swallowed up. It looks like he's down about the 4-yard line. We got 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter before the half. The Kings looking to put more points on the board and try to just kind of take the life out of Kitsap going forward throughout this game, if they haven't already.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, he got hit right at the line of scrimmage. They didn't get any movement there.
It's interesting that one Kitsap player with a black helmet out there. It's a pass to the sideline, caught. Touchdown. Deshaun Salgado.
There's a late flag, but I think they're going to call it on the defense. A flag in the corner of the end zone.
We'll have to see what the call is here. As of right now, that was a touchdown.
It's got to be interference from where they threw it. The question is, who's it on? Offensive.
Call that offensive pass interference?
That's what they called.
They're saying he pushed off there. So the Kings line up here on the 18-yard line. It's a second down. Seems like if there weren't all these penalties, the Kings would be ahead 100-0. The pass deep back to Salgado again for a touchdown. He just wanted to add some yards to his stat line to get that touchdown.
Make it more interesting. That's basically
as the Kings
play.
jump up and celebrate. It was a great play. It was exactly the same play, just a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right, Randall.
You know, and that's interesting, too. I mean, what they said was, all right, you know, you've got pass interference against us. Let's run the exact same play. Run right back at them.
It's almost to show the refs we didn't mean to pass interfere. We didn't need to pass interfere in order to get that touchdown. So the Kings are lining up for the extra point here. The score is 27-0. Snap, the kick is up, and it's good. 28-0. The Kings are leading the Kitsap Storm. Randall, if you notice, the weather has changed quite a bit since we started this thing. It was pretty mild, about 68 degrees when we started, and now we're looking at rain and wind, and it's getting dark and cold.
The King flags are flapping around pretty good. They have a great flag here. It's a King salmon on green background, and they're starting to whip about. Got a little bit of rain coming in, too.
Yeah, that rain is kind of coming in sideways here, too. So with just 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the half, Kings leading 28-0 at this point. It's been all Kings so far in this game. They've done it on all sides of the ball. Offense, defense, special teams, you name it. They've been dominating in this game. It's a pleasure to watch.
At least 2 touchdowns have been negated, too, with the Kings. At least 2 that I count.
Yeah, definitely. 2 on special teams. So the Kings line up to kick the ball off to Kitsap. Kick is off. Received about the 15-yard line. Oh, gets upended at the 28-yard line. Looked like that he was blocked down to the ground. Isaiah Simp was the guy on the tackle. He got hit down and then just kind of lifted his head and made the tackle on his knee.
Yeah, that was a low. He was down low when they made the hit.
Quite a play, quite a play. It looks like the player's down that was hit, though. I hope he's okay. He did get hit low. It wasn't a malicious intent at all. The defender was actually down on the ground when he lifted his head up to make the tackle.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but that is what I have seen that type of tackle before, where the person is on his knees and the running back doesn't even realize that he's hitting into a tackle, and then you get lifted up.
Yeah, the Kings players out there on one knee. Hope it's nothing serious. It looks like they're calling for the trainer. I can't see who's down on the field at this point. He's down, face down.
And now they're calling out the trainer from the Kings.
That's a great sportsmanship of the Kings, to have their own trainer go out and help out the opposing team player.
Well, she has like an advanced degree. She's actually the person that has the most technical ability on injuries. So that if there is something serious, and I don't want to speculate on that at this point, but she's the one that they will call out there.
Yeah, I was talking with her before the game. She's actually a medical assistant at Swedish facility, so she definitely has to have good experience in order to do that. She's been doing this for a long time, working with the semi-pro teams. Looks like they're bringing out a card on the field. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. sometimes you can get your bell rung pretty hard and just need to take a little breather out. And hopefully that's the case in this situation. No one ever likes to see anyone get hurt out there, especially as we said before. You know, they're volunteer players. Everyone here is a volunteer.
Yeah.
So you know, you don't want someone getting hurt. You know, just out there playing a sport they love to play.
We had the good thing too, not the good thing, but the blow was low. It didn't seem to me that it involved the head or neck area at all. So that's
no, it looked like he got hit around the leg.
Yeah.
So he did get turned up, like flipped over a little bit when he got hit, but I didn't see anything like exactly going for his neck or head like you were saying.
Right. Yeah, and you're right, because these guys, it's like the Kings, they practice twice a week, and the whole team is never there. It's times like this that you realize we're out there just trying to have a good time. Like you said, there was nothing malicious about that hit.
Yeah, like all of these guys, they have a normal 9-to-5 job. They have families, and that kind of thing. So, I mean, everyone's out here. They're giving their time just to do something that they really enjoy doing and something that they've always wanted to do.
Okay, now this is a real good sign.
Yeah,
he wasn't able to walk, but they didn't splint anything. Okay?
Yeah,
that's what you're worried about in a situation like this.
Yeah, they helped him up and they put him on the front of the cart too. He's not on the back or anything. So that's really good news. So.
Yeah.
We hope he's okay, and we'll get this game back underway here shortly. He's taking his helmet off. He's full motion. He looks like he's doing all right. Obviously, I can't explain the circumstance of the injury, but at the same time, I mean, from my perspective from the booth, he looks like he's doing all right.
Yeah.
Some of the other Kings players are coming up and giving him dap and wishing him the best. So as Kitsap lines up, we still have 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the first half. It's going to be 1st and 10. Hand off to the back, up the middle, and he gets hit pretty much immediately.
And they didn't do anything special on the Kings either. The linebackers weren't blitzing. It was just a straight 4-man line, and this is just how good they are.
Yeah, just looked like a full man coverage there with one over the top, and they didn't really take much. They saw the handoff, and they tried to hit the hole and make the tackle. Basic football 101 in that situation.
Right.
You see,
and you see that too. I mean, if you're that good, just line up, and you don't need to do a lot of different stuff.
Well, as a linebacker, I played linebacker at one point, and it was you just watch the holes open up from the offensive line. You know where the running back's going to try to go through. So if you can fill that gap right there, they don't have someone else to block you, then you can make that tackle pretty much immediately.
Right. Yeah, and that's the mark of a good defense, playing exactly as you said. You start the playoff just staying home, reading what's coming up, reading the blocking scheme, and then fill the hole. All right, because they always talk about we're going to be aggressive attacking defense. Every time a new coach comes in, he goes, "We're going to be aggressive. We're not going to sit back and wait." Well, whoever says, "Oh, you should just sit back and wait," right? The deal is that a good defense, you don't have to be blitzing and doing all this movement. You just play it straight, read what's going on, and then fill the holes. And that's something that the Kings have been doing a great job of.
Yeah, I feel like the read and react is a really good way of saying it. They watch what's happening and how the play's developing. Just like those screen passes they've been able to stop and maintain. Those are hard plays to read from a defensive perspective because you're just trying to do your job and get to the quarterback or get to the running back. They're trying to pull you in and then pass it away from you. So it's something that the Kings have been patient on defense. I think that's the key word is patience. So anyway, we have the Kitsap low snap, flip to the back, gets off. He got through an arm tackle and then got hit from the other side. I don't think he even saw it coming, but it was a big hit. It's a 5-yard gain though on the play.
Now it's Benzo Scanlon with that hit. Yeah, 5-yard good run.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, it looks like a great run. It was only 5 yards.
Yeah, he got through the arm tackle and then he kind of cut back the other direction and then he met a mountain of a man in Benzo there. The wind's kicking up a little bit more here too. It's going from south to north.
Third down.
Quarterback lines up, wide receiver in motion. Hand off to the wide receiver. The Kings sniff it out. They're trying to make the tackle, and they do. Looks like a loss of about 2 on the play, or a loss of 1, rather.
You see the coaches reacting on the sidelines. I don't think they ran that the way they had it planned. It was like a receiver reverse, as you said, but it seemed like they were a little disjointed and possibly they weren't all on the same page.
Looked almost like an option play at that point. You know, like he had the option to hand it to the receiver that was in motion, or he could have turned around because his running back was still standing directly behind him. So it could have been a misdirection, and then the coach wasn't happy with the quarterback's decision on the play. So with 1 minute to go here in the second quarter, Kings lead it 28-0. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. Thank you to our sponsor, Kings Fireworks. For all your fireworks needs this season, look no further than Kings Fireworks. Family packs, teen packs, 500-gram cakes, 200-gram cakes, 60-gram canister mortars, and much, much more. They're located at 2102 6th East Alexander Avenue in Tacoma. Go past the rest and get to the best. As our players come back out on the field after the timeout, it's kind of interesting watching the Kings. They got some music playing in all the timeouts to kind of pump up their team, and they're out there dancing and having a good time. The mannerism on the other sideline is not quite the same as what the Kings have going on. So Kitsap's going to line up. Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and about 6.
I don't think I would do that.
Well, they're thinking there's only 1 minute in the game. How much more could the Kings do in a minute? But they haven't taken any time at all to score touchdowns. So in the last time they had the ball at the exact same spot. Pass over the middle, attempted a one-handed catch, bobbled around, almost intercepted. And the receiver's down. He got nailed. He was looking at just that ball, which he was trying to make a big play on it. Gage Stogsdill was the receiver on the play. He had one arm down and tried to reach out with his other to make the catch, and it bobbled it up, and he tried to get it again, and that's when he took a big shot. So the Kings will take over on downs at the 34-yard line. If you remember, just their last possession, they were on about the 30-yard line, and they threw one pass to complete a touchdown twice. One was negated by a pass interference. We'll see what the Kings have to offer here. We'll see if they're going to just go for the throat, or if they're going to just kind of try to run the ball and get this thing into halftime. We've been playing for quite some time here for one half of football. Now, there have been a few injuries on the play, but there have just been a lot of possession changes and a lot of scores.
A lot of penalties.
Quite a few penalties on the play.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Yeah, King's back. It's a screen pass. Completed. Got a couple blockers out there. He's kind of outrunning his blockers, but he gets to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he had a bulldozer out there in front of him on that screen.
Yeah, Cruz kind of threaded the needle in between two defenders in order to get that pass complete, and the running back turned around, and he had two giant blockers in front of him that were running out there.
I'm going to give a shout-out to Andrew Pina. He was leading the running back downfield and threw a good block down there. When you see a big guy like that moving downfield, you want to acknowledge him.
Yeah, it's something that the running back will definitely be saying something to him like, hey, good job, big guy, getting out there. It's great to see the effort from these guys. With a 28-point lead, they're still playing very hard. He snaps the ball. Deep pass up the middle. Marquette again with a big reception. He catches it and runs for about 10 more yards after the completion.
And you know, you're right though. The Storm, they're still playing hard. I'm impressed with Kitsap, how they're playing hard, even though things haven't been going for them.
You know, when you look at the Kings have a pretty good legacy going for themselves. They've been the champions quite a few times. They're the two-time defending national champion, not just from this league, but nationally. They're traveling all over. So just to put up a couple points on these guys got to be a big deal for Kitsap. The pass to the back shoulder, ooh, incomplete. There is a flag on the play, though. It looks like it may be a pass interference in the end zone.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going to be. Looked to me like the defender wrapped them up just before the ball got there.
Yeah, it was a good pass, though. It was put pretty much where the receiver only could catch it, which is the exact thing you want to do when you're throwing those back shoulder passes into the end zone. That's pass interference.
Well, I was wrong again. So that has to be a push-off.
And they're calling it as an offensive. They're backing the Kings up again. The Kings don't mind. They'll just add some more points to more yards to their repertoire here.
Well, you know, I was going to say something along those lines. It's like I didn't see that penalty, but I don't mind that they called that.
Yeah.
Make it a little more exciting.
We got 25 seconds to go. Quarterback takes the snap, throws the ball over the middle, right. Ooh, and he misses the interception. He had it dead to rights and just dropped the ball.
What the heck was that?
It was a miscommunication on the route, I think. They didn't quite get, Barquette was in the area but wasn't quite where he needed to be to make that catch. He was running the sideline, and they were the defenders were about the hash marks.
Yeah, not where the ball was.
Exactly.
The defensive back, he had the interceptions there, but you know, that's what they say. That's why they play defensive back and not wide receiver.
We got second down here. Quarterback takes the snap, runs up into the pocket, makes the pass, caught, breaks a couple tackles, and gets down to about the 4-yard line there. Quite a play. They're coming up fast. Cruz wants to spike it, it looks like. Oh, they're calling a timeout.
No, they have an injury. A Kitsap player is on the sidelines injured.
That's a fortunate, well, not obviously fortunate for the injury, but
right.
It helps the Kings with the time because they only have 11.2 seconds left on the clock.
And one of the first people to the injured player is the head coach for the Kings.
And the trainer's coming back out again. She's been pretty busy today.
That was a nice play by the quarterback, too. There, he had to move around a little bit, then he stepped up and delivered the ball right on the spot.
That's got to be one of the scariest things as a quarterback, stepping into that pocket. Because then you're only one step away from getting a big hit. But he stepped right up and made that pass. And then there was some great moves made after the catch, too, to get the ball all the way down to the 3-yard line. I thought he was going to be tackled about the 10, and then he just kept going. So it was quite a play.
Yeah, that was some nice moves. Some good athletic maneuvers on the receiver's part.
Exactly.
I didn't see what happened to the Kitsap player. He's on his knees.
He's on his knees. That's a good sign. You know, some of these, you know, you take a big hit, you're going to go down for a little bit. And some of these guys, you know, they're not 18 to 25 years old. Some of them are, you know, in their mid 30s and even in their 40s out here. So it's he looks like he's trying to stretch out his leg a little bit down there.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's how I know I'm getting old, because I don't even want to be out there playing anymore.
Yeah, I think I'm all right on that too now, Randall. I'm past that. Down on the field, though, is number 2, Emmanuel Pruden. He's a free safety for the Storm.
He's on his feet now.
He's up, so that's great news. He looks a little unstable. He's got a couple people holding him up. The trainer's checking out his leg, so...
Yeah, that's the thing. He's unstable, but it's not because of balance. It's because of a leg injury.
Which is good news. You don't want to see people get hits to the head like that. That can change a person's life. Coach is asking his players to get back off the field if you're not playing right now. The Storm's probably just hoping they can get through these last few seconds to be able to get into the half and kind of try to regroup and maybe come up with a different game plan for this whole situation. It's been a battle for them, and they've been tested for sure by the Kings. The Kings have done everything in their power to stop them in every facet of the game. They've been working on their on offense, on defense, special teams especially. Special teams have been a big deal for them. If they didn't call back a couple of those plays, we're talking about a huge scoring game. We're talking in the 49-0 at this point, with a couple more of those special teams plays. Plus, some of the penalties have been huge too to negate some big plays that they've had, and it's.
And he's on his feet now, not putting a lot of weight on the little ginger on his right ankle.
It's nice to see him getting up though. It's good to see the sportsmanship between all of the teams. They seem to all be coming together, and if one person goes down, doesn't matter which team it is. You might be in the heat of battle on the field when you're playing, but if somebody needs something, they're all there to support each other. So it's really good to see that between the two teams helping each other out.
That is one of the really good things about this league, and because it's like you said, right? These guys, they're men out there, and they're not the young guys. They're not football players first. They work first. They're family men first.
Exactly. And if these guys get injured in a game they're playing for free as just for fun, they can't go to work the next day, and they can't provide for their families. And it's of big importance that these guys can come out here, have a great time, play the sport they love, but can still do their stuff they need to do in life.
Yeah, that's right.
So they got him off the field. He's getting some high fives from some of the other fans, and looks like they're going to line up here. I wonder if they're going to just start the clock as soon as the whistle blows. So 11.2. It's a pass, fade pass into the corner, and caught for another touchdown.
That was an amazing play.
Yeah, he threw it just over the fingertips of the defensive back there.
I can't see the replay there, but I think the defender may even have been able to tip it.
That's 4 touchdowns on the day for Cruz. He's putting the stats up. I'd like to see what his yardage is at this point, too. Yeah, that pass. The pass was just out of the fingertips of the defender and right into the breadbasket of the receiver. It was quite a play.
Yeah, that's what they call a touch pass.
They line up for the extra point. Kick us up.
Oh, sorry.
And it's good. So with 6.9 left on the clock, the Kings lead it 35-0. I assume at this point that the Kings are going to kick off the ball, and Kitsap is just going to try to get out of this half, try to regroup at halftime and see what they can come up with for a new game plan, or just to modify the one that they had. It is impressive, like you were saying, Randall, is that they're out here, they're still playing hard, even though, they're getting a shellacking put on them, but they're still out here playing hard, and they haven't given up on this game, so it's still fun to watch. It's still competitive, People don't know a lot about this league and what's available here, but this Chief Leschi Stadium is beautiful. It's a full track and field. The grounds are amazing. There's plenty of seats under cover for people to come out and watch these games. And I'd suggest bringing your family down and coming down and watching these games and supporting the Kings. They put a lot in it for you and for themselves, but I think that a lot of people could get their football fix in too before football season now here.
Yeah, hey, it's spring football. We should. This is a great, enjoyable afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and people should come on down here.
Yeah, we're only in the 4th game of the season, so you anticipate that there's going to be many more games with better weather. Next week is it's actually summertime, so you're going to be able to come out and watch some football in the summer. That's amazing. That's a squib kick out there. A little bobble there on the reception. Running up the sideline. Ooh, he's got some open room. He's got blockers out in front of him. He's running down the sideline. The 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. Kitsap with the very last seconds of the first half puts some points on the board, and there are no flags out there, which is a rarity for a touchdown score on special teams.
Yeah, just keep the flag in your pocket even if you saw something.
No flag on the play.
Yay, that was number 3.
Even our PA announcer,
Carter.
Had to mention that there was no flag on the play because it's been something that's been so common in this game at this point. So Kitsap has a little bit of life. Maybe that can give him a little bit more momentum. We can have a little bit more competitive of a game going into the second half. It's been quite a game, though, for the Kings. The Kings have been putting the stats up big time in this first half. Cruz with 4 touchdowns. It's been some big plays, big hits. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
And the Kings apparently aren't ready to defend against the extra point. Seems like they haven't had a lot of practice on it.
They may have forgot how to do that at this point.
Some people were late getting out there, and then even now, they're not quite sure, am I supposed to be out there or not?
They only have 2 down linemen on the defense of this kick. So Kitsap ready for the extra point. Kick is up, almost blocked, and good. So that brings our score to 35-7 to finish the first half of football here at Chief Leshai Stadium. Your Puyallp Nation Kings 35, the Kitsap Storm 7.
Yeah, no one's going to be upset about them scoring, right? 35-7, but it is a big thing on the defense. You don't want to give up any points. So there actually are going to be some people there on the Kings sideline that are going to be upset about that. Although it was on the special teams.
Yeah, right now we're about to go to our halftime show. We got some local people out here to entertain us during the halftime. So enjoy.
I am the future. I provide for my family. I will use my education to help my community. I will inspire our next generation of leaders. I am a college student, but I am only 1%.
Only 1% of college students are American Indian. Donate now and help our numbers grow. Education is the answer.
Wow, Randall, what a first half so far. This game has been all Kings so far. What do you see going on here?
Well, I see the Kings scoring a lot of points. Now, of course, as a coach, you need to look at the things that you can get better, and there are things we can do better. We're a few too many penalties, of course. I'd like to see us run the ball a little more, get off, knock them off the ball, the defensive line. I mean, because we're a big offensive line. So, and I'm looking for things to find fault with. Also, we need to do a little bit better on blocking on the punts, because again, three times in a row, guys came off the edge and were able to get in there. So there's room for improvement. Maybe get the quarterback and the receiver. There's been a couple times where there's been some confusion. So, you look at those things, but other than that, just keep scoring points the way they are. The special teams too, maybe they need to work on some things there. Although you score, they get a penalty, and then you score again. So, yeah, by and large, we're doing a really good job.
For me, I mean, the team has been pretty mechanical as far as it goes. They're a well-oiled machine out there. There's been a couple miscommunications. The only thing that I really see that the Kings could really ultimately improve on is their penalties. If they could just kind of take some of the ego out of the game and just play the game for what it is, they could probably put up a lot more points. I mean, obviously they would have had 2 more scores on special teams had they not had those big penalties. So I think it's a work in progress. But I mean, you're talking. Cruz has been on fire. He has been on point with just about all of his passes. We don't know whose error it is on some of those routes, but they've been out there doing their thing and scoring. And then the defense has been excellent, and the special teams, man, if they could have just had less penalties on special teams, it would be an amazing performance by the special teams here today too.
Yeah, the defense certainly has been doing an outstanding job, and that's the thing that if you sputter a little bit on offense, which we haven't, but if you have a defense that's performing the way our defense is, and the Kings have been playing this way all year, and so that's the thing that really makes me feel good about what's going to happen going on in the season and then into the postseason. And you mentioned too, we're back-to-back national champions. That means the opposing team usually brings their best game.
Yeah,
they're there to knock you off.
I agree with that too. I think that a lot of these teams that they're going to be facing throughout the season, and they probably have so far, they're coming out with their A game. Everything they've got, they're bringing it right at the beginning of the game. They're trying to make a statement against this championship team, and the Kings, they're just taking it like nothing. It's like water off a duck's back. They're just letting themselves play football for what it is. Their coach comes up with a big game plan. They come out and they execute that game plan, and that's exactly what you want from your team. So it's been an impressive first half, and I expect to see a lot more of this action going forward here.
A lot more of the same.
Yeah, I think that we might see some other players coming in too. I mean, Cruz has been playing excellent, but I could see Stogsdill or one of the other quarterbacks coming in to fill in for him. I mean, he's already put up 4 TDs. What more do you need from the guy?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need any more practice against Kitsap, but obviously at this point.
Yeah, you definitely. That's one of the things that you do enjoy about a blowout like this is that you get to play all of your players. The thing is, we don't have that many reserves really.
Yeah.
On the offensive line, we're playing everybody.
Yeah.
So that's a good deal. What do you do? Just more of the same. In fact, lots of times when you get in a situation like this, you can actually just try to be even more basic. Just get better and better at the real basic stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, the fundamentals are so important with football. I mean, just getting out there. You were saying that maybe they need to get out and run the ball a little bit more, and I think that's absolutely what they need to do.
Yeah.
This game's already won. If they can just take time off the clock, then they're going to win the game undoubtedly. I mean, this is the offensive line. I'd like to point out too has been doing excellent throughout this game. They are big guys out there, and they are not having a problem getting out on blocking on those screens. And they've been protecting Cruz the whole game, and he hasn't had any issues. And our running game has been excellent so far too. So
they haven't been putting much pressure on the quarterback at all. I'm with you. I'd like to see us start running the ball, and even to the point, and that's where you got a big lead. If you start running the ball and the defense knows it, see, that's the way for the offensive line to work on it.
yeah.
To work on that, yeah. So I'm with you. I'd like to see him start running the ball.
Absolutely. So before the game, you had a chance to interview someone. Can you tell us about it real quick?
Yes, I did. It's Coach Mack, Coach David McKern. He's the offensive coordinator, and we were talking earlier during this game about how the play calling has been excellent, formations, and this is because of him. And we had a good interview there.
Let's check that out.
Okay, we're with the offensive coordinator here. We know you, Coach Mack. Can you give us your full name?
David McKeechin.
Great. And one of the things we've had so much success offensively here. There must have some special philosophies that you employ to keep us going down the field like we are.
There's no special, just play fast, play hard.
Play fast, play hard. That's a pretty good idea. And how many years have you been the offensive coordinator here?
2 years.
2 years. And you were, before that, I believe you won a national title with another team.
Yes, with the Seattle Stallions.
Oh, that must have been exciting. So you're going for what, your third or fourth national title this year? The fourth this year, because you have 2 here.
I have 2 here, yeah.
Okay, so now what should we really be watching for today in this game?
Well, it's a combination of a few things. We got Adam Cruz back, and
that's a big deal.
He's our gunslinger, and I've been with Adam for 9 years now. So,
and expound a bit on who Adam is. He's the quarterback.
He is the quarterback. Yes, he's been with me as an offensive coordinator since 2009. So
wow, you guys really have an understanding of each other's ways.
We have a great relationship, and he's an awesome guy, man. He's a total team player.
And what would you say is special about the team in general?
They play for each other. They're a family, and no matter what we go through, they always stick together at the end, and that's why we've been successful, is because coaching staff, players on and off the field, we stick together.
And that seems that endears you guys to each other, it seems.
Absolutely.
Because I've noticed that too. There's a special bond between you and the players.
Yes.
Okay. In particular, is there anything we should watch for, any particular players we should watch for tonight, or any particular plays? I know you don't want to give away too much on the plays, but
just watch for every player in black.
Is that right? Just all of them?
Just
together.
all of them.
It's a brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood.
Okay, Coach Mack, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
And why don't you introduce yourself to the fans today?
Well, I'm Josh Davis. I'm number 64 for the Kings. I've been playing here for 5 years, and I'm just excited to be here. This is an exciting game today.
And what is your football history?
My football history, I played at Mayville State University, and I played a little professional football for 5 years for Arena, and I played for Team America just recently last year.
Team America, now that's interesting.
Yes.
Describe that a little bit.
Team America, you get selected. They select 45 players from around the United States, and I was one of the selections for the World Bowl.
And then when you were in the Arena Bowl, who did you play for there?
Oh, I played for a few teams down in Texas, San Angelo Bandits, Wyoming Cavalry, just right up here in Tri-Cities, Washington. Played there for 3 years.
And you had a great college career, as I recall.
Yes.
What were some of your highlights from your college days?
I played all over. You know, I played D tackle and I played offensive line, and so they used me a lot in college, especially at center. And I got a call to play in the NFL Regional Combine.
Well, that must have been exciting.
Oh, yes, it is.
And now, of course, I think a defense is what you'd prefer to play, right?
I prefer it, but, you know, in arena, I mean, you need a lot of linemen, so I know the knowledge of the game, so they use me as a center for arena.
And that would be why they would want someone to play center,
Yes.
the knowledgeable person.
Yes, smartest position on the field.
That's right. that was, but that was a lot of fun. Did you make a lot of calls? Were you
Oh
making
yeah,
line
you
calls?
have to. I mean, you're the coach on the field for the offense. It's not just the quarterback; it's the center too, and you have to be a leader everywhere you go as a center.
And I would guess that that's part of the reason we're having success here this year is
Yes.
you're out there making the calls on the offensive
Yes,
line.
yes. They put it on me to make all the calls. You know, be the leader on the line. I mean, our line is already great, so I don't have to make a lot of calls. So I mean, we have a great offensive line, great quarterback, great staff. So I don't have to do much.
It all adds up. You're being very humble there.
Yes,
because
I
I
am.
know I've watched you out in practice and in games, and I
Yes.
know that you're an integral part of the success.
Yes, you know, I like to have fun when I'm out here. That's the whole thing. Just have fun, and the game comes along with it.
Okay, well, hey, thanks a lot. Good luck out
Thank
there,
you.
and we will be watching to see the calls you make on the offensive line today.
Thank you.
All
Glad to be
right.
here.
Well, we're here with the head coach of the Kitsap Storm.
Hi, how are
doing,
you?
Coach?
How you doing?
Can I get your name?
My name is Coach Eric Bellamy.
Eric Bellamy. Now, there's a name that football fans recognize. So this is your first year with the Storm?
Actually, this is our second year. This is our second year coming. This is the first year we get to play the Kings, though. So
That's going to be an exciting game.
yeah, we've been looking forward to it.
Give us a little rundown on how your team is playing this year.
Actually, we're young, but we know we're moving up every year. We get a little bit better. We've had a couple new additions, a couple guys, had to leave. So, we're doing good. We've fixed the holes we had, so we should be all right.
Now, you were with the Kings at one point, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and we have good memories of that.
Oh, yeah, I was, like I said, when I was with the Kings, me and Coach Will here, we were the defensive coaches, and we pretty much 9.9 yards a game, so we did a pretty good job. We kept
Per play.
So, yeah.
That
So we'll
is
be all right.
amazing. So what are we looking for this afternoon? You script out your plays. Can you tell me your first 10 plays?
Yeah. No, we're looking for a competitive game. Like I said, we prepared. We've had, film, and we worked on it. Like I said, we know what we're going against, So we're ready. We're going to do what we can and get it done.
Can you give me a quick idea of just the basic sets you run your offense out of?
Well, we don't want to give away our secrets, but
It'll just be between me and you.
We have it under control. Coach Rambar, offensive coordinator, he has it under control, so it'll be a good game. Look for a good game.
Okay, how about the base defense?
The base defense?
Yeah.
We are a 3-4 defense.
3-4, okay.
Yes, we are. That's how,
Any special people we should be watching for? Say start on the offense. Any special players?
We have a few. We have number 1, Sabian.
Now that's a player right there.
Our running back, Marshawn DeWalt, number 23, I think he is. So we have a couple decent players.
Great, and then who do we have to be worried about on the defense, being Kings fans? I know you got some defensive linemen that look pretty.
They got to be worried about the
stout.
entire defense.
Is that right?
There you go.
Everybody?
The defense is hungry today. They're ready to come out and get the work done. So got to be worried about the whole defense.
Great,
Everybody will participate to get it done.
Fantastic. Coach, thanks a lot.
Thank you. I
it.
appreciate it. You guys enjoy it. It'll be a good game.
Welcome back. Before we get the second half kicked off here, we kind of want to go over a little bit about some of the players that are here on the team. We also want to give a shout out to our sponsor, King's Fireworks. King's Fireworks, located at the Puyallp Tribes in Boom Alley, by the old boat casino. If you've ever been out there, if you're looking for any of your fireworks needs this season, look no further. They got what you need. Just go down there. They have family packs, team packs, 500-gram cakes, which are the big ones that look almost like professional fireworks displays, 200-gram cakes, which are the same thing, just on a little smaller level. They have mortars and much, much more. They're at 2102 East Alexander Avenue. Go past the rest, stop at the best. So the Kings have a couple players that have played some collegiate ball in the past. They're out here doing their thing. Adam Curse, actually, the quarterback, he was King 5 Play of the Week last season. Back-to-back TD passes, 1,025 yards, 10 TDs, 22 for 31. Those stats are unbelievable. Like, that's like a half a season for some quarterbacks out there. So that's just amazing that he was able to do that all by himself. They also have Sean Parker, who's a University of Washington alumni. He's wearing number 31 out on the field. He's out there doing his thing. He's got college football experience, and it's great to have him a part of the Kings. We also have Jerome Williams, who's a Central Washington University alumni. Paul Stevens from WSU. Wilson Afoa from UW. And then Manasi Hopewai, also a UW alum. Now, a lot of these names are a little bit hard for me to say because there are a lot of Pacific Islanders out here, and there's some big guys out there playing football and doing their thing. So it's really fun to watch these guys.
Manasseh, he also played for the Vikings for a little while.
Oh yeah,
yes.
I did that door open.
And
I got locked up.
Chance Dallahine, who's the offensive tackle, he played at Southern Oregon University when they had an outstanding team.
Yeah, it's great to see these guys getting out here and still playing football. Maybe they didn't go on to the professional level, maybe they didn't want to, but they have a passion for the sport and they get out here and play football. So it's a lot of fun to see them, and the Kings have compiled quite a squad on their team, and that's why they're back-to-back national champions. They keep doing their thing. They went down to Colorado last year for the championship and won it. They have been a dominant team in this league for a long time coming. So we're about to get into second half action here. The players are coming back out on the field. We're going to see what the Kings and Storm have to offer for us for the second half of this game. What do you expect to see from the Storm?
Well, I have been impressed that they keep playing hard. That's what you look for. So I would like to be competitive. And they always say, that 0-0 at the halftime. Well, let's say that. Let's see what happens in this half. That would be a big, I don't know if you really call it a success, but that would be important for the Storm to go ahead and play hard the second half, and then that can build momentum. Second half, if they were able to keep even with the Kings, that would build momentum for the rest of the season for them.
Absolutely. That touchdown right at the end of the half was a big momentum builder for them. Hopefully, to see the game being a little bit more competitive would be a lot of fun. Again, we just kind of want to implore to the fans that these games are inexpensive, they're fun, and you can come out here with the family. So get on out here. Our next game is actually on
July 15th, right out here, 6 p.m.
Chief Leshai Stadium. As we get ready for the second half kickoff, the Kings are kicking off as they won the toss in the first half and received. And the kick is off. It's a school. Ooh, it was bounced back. It looks like the Kings recovered it. It bounced off of one of the defenders and went right into the Kings' hands.
But they are calling it.
And the Kings recovering.
Well, I don't know. It was touched, but it didn't go 10 yards. I mean, are they saying that?
Doesn't matter if it hits the opponent. If it hits the receiving team, they don't have to go 10 yards.
They're changing the call. They're saying Kings ball. Wow, what a way to start off the second half of this game, just to get the ball right back. I mean,
I hope that wasn't an onside kick. I hope that was just
it looked
a
like
mistake.
an attempted squib, and it bounced just perfectly off of somebody to come right back to the Kings, and the Kings just fall on it. It was like a gift. It was wrapped up with a bow on top of it and just handed to them. It was amazing. So the Kings back on offense again.
That's what I think it was. I think it was a squib kick, right? Don't put it up in the air, give them a chance to return it, and it just hit one of the front line men.
Yeah, it was just a lucky bounce from the Kings' part, and sometimes you need that in football. So the Kings line up. It's 1st and 10 from about the 31-yard line. Cruz falls back. Another screenplay. Dumps the pass.
Look at the guy
going down the line, and he lands a big hit. He's knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
And that was a big hit at the end of the run. But if you watch it, you see big guys out in front of them. They're running a lot of screens. And once again, the offensive line were getting out and running downfield. That's what you really love to see.
Yeah, that was Chris McCutcheon on the catch, and he he's been on point this whole game. Every time he touches the ball, he's making things happen after the first contact or after the catch. He's running the ball very, very well, whether it's out of a screen or off the handoff. And he gets the handoff again. He's going right up the middle, breaks one tackle, going down the left side, got a blocker out front at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Kings. Wow, that didn't take long at all.
Not at all. And the thing at the beginning of that play, he hit inside off to the left. He came in, it's a read block. It's the left guard, left tackle, double team on the defensive tackle, and then come off on the linebacker. So you watch at the very beginning of that play, they blew the defenders off, and then he cut off and made a great run. But you got to give credit to the left side of the offensive line really getting together, blasting them off, and then coming off on the linebacker.
Yeah, also the wide receiver that was out there, he was in a good position to make that block, and he didn't hold, didn't get in the way. He stayed in position and made the block downfield, trusting that his running back would get behind him and go ahead and get in that end zone there. What a play.
That was a good eye. I didn't see that, but that's one of the things you do find is that when you have a successful run like that, receivers are blocking.
Up for the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. That takes us to a 42-7 lead for the Kings. After the Kitsap scored the touchdown with just a few seconds to go in the end of the first half, the Kings answer back within seconds and get up another touchdown with 14:02 to go in the third quarter. Quite a play. Quite a play.
Yeah, scored in less than a minute.
Yeah, is that a momentum killer right there for Kitsap? I mean, they went in with a touchdown. You can kind of see some of the mannerisms on the sideline. They're not as into it, while you look on the Kings sideline and they're out dancing and partying and having a good time. So the ball is definitely in their court. And that is the fifth touchdown for Cruz. Cruz is, I'd say, a career day, but after reading that other stat line, I don't think there's such a thing as beating that thing. So
yeah, I didn't even realize when you pointed that out. That was amazing. It's getting to the point of where, since I've been watching them, I've watched every game this year. You almost kind of expect this from the play of the quarterback and the offense. But this is very impressive showing.
Yeah, the Kings line up for the kickoff here. And they do another squib kick without a lucky bounce this time. Oh, it takes a crazy bounce at the end, though. They actually receive the ball at the 10-yard line, makes a couple moves, does a little spin move. He's going to get swallowed up in the backfield, or in the back there. It looks like he's down about the 12-yard line. That kick was actually touched by the receiver at the 20, so he made a mistake on that. Well, the bounce was bad, so it bounced kind of over his shoulder. He recovered it, and I think he just tried to make one too many jukes back there.
Yeah, you're getting to the point of where, what are you going to do? So he's just figured, I'll just try to keep it alive as long as I can, and he probably should have just run forward, get what you can, and then line up.
Exactly. There are players in different leagues, NFL and such, that that are very shifty and can make those multiple moves.
Right.
But the more moves you make, it gives more people time to gather around you and then eat you up when you start moving forward again.
Right. A lot of those really shifty players. Go ahead.
They don't last long. Looks like there's a flag on the play.
No, what I was going to say there, a lot of the shifty players, they're the ones that have the greatest number of plays for loss. Some of the Barry Sanders, some of the greatest runners of all time, one of the great shifty runners, they have a greater number of lost yards.
Yeah, but as a casual fan, you only remember the big ones.
Absolutely.
So with like Barry Sanders,
yes.
Jamal Charles, CJ or Chris Johnson, those kind of guys are very shifty and they make huge plays from time to time. But you don't remember the 5 times they carried for a 10-yard loss in the game as well.
Right.
Looks like he got hit in the backfield, and he's getting swallowed up. It is a loss down to the about 2-yard line, maybe 1.5-yard line is where they're going to mark the ball. Kings are pumped up on that play.
Yeah, that running back got into the line pretty quick, got in there hard, and then just boom, it was just over. He just stopped like he hit a solid wall.
I think that's what it was, exactly. It's a solid wall, except that that wall was moving towards him, and he had nothing on it. And I don't know what they're going to do to try to find a way through this defense. it seems like they're kind of outmatched in the offensive line versus defensive line situation.
Well, and you're down on the 3-yard line. What are you going to do? You got to run the ball. You don't want to be dropping back into the end zone with the pass rush the Kings have. So I'm thinking, you're just going to keep running. The problem is, out of the shotgun, you probably would want to come under center.
Yeah, we're gonna see a rush here from the Kings. They're coming out hard. Looks like a quarterback keeper, and he just barely gets out of the end zone and gets to about the 1-yard line out of the shotgun there.
And you mentioned it earlier. They went out of the direct snap where the quarterback was under the center once and had a fumble. That suggests that they don't have a lot of experience with that. But that is what they probably would want to be doing in situations like this: is just line up under center, take the direct snap, hand it off. But they don't seem to they're not that good at that approach.
No, a lot of teams, when you have the running back and the quarterback both in the backfield, shotgun and then a single back to the side there, they'll do a direct snap to the running back. They just chose to give it to the quarterback and make him run.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a questionable play. At this point, they have two running backs back, which is good because they're going to need the blockers right now.
You got to do it.
Because they're going to have some heat coming their way.
I suggest they're going to pass.
And intercepted in the end zone. That is a touchdown. Touchdown. Kings. Holy cow.
Amazing play.
The quarterback was in trouble and going to go down for a safety, so he threw the ball to wherever he could, and it happened to be right in the arms of the Kings. Oh, with 10 minutes to go, the Kings put another score on the board. That is 48-7 in the early third quarter. They're putting on a clinic right now.
Well, last week it was a close game through most of the game, and right in late in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, the opponents were down about to score. The Kings intercept the ball, go all the way the reverse in the other direction for a touchdown, and that broke the game open. So this is another one where the defense makes a big play, scores here. Of course, they only went a couple of yards, whereas last week they had to go close to 100.
Yeah, that just kind of reiterates the fact that, like we've been saying, it's just that it's all facets of the game for the Kings at this point. They got that big recovery on the kickoff. That's special teams. They get this big stop on defense, which isn't even a stop. It's an interception in the end zone. It would have been a grounding call at that point too. And I'm not sure exactly what the rule would be in this league, but in the NFL, that would have been a safety no matter what if he got that ball off or not.
It's a safety.
And the kick is up and good. Put another point on the board for the Kings.
There we go.
That is 49-7. There has been, the Kings are trotting, high-fiving, and coming off the field, talking with themselves, and you can just see that Kitsap just arms hanging and moseying off the field. They look like they may be losing their luster to play today.
Yeah, it's getting rough. What's the biggest game you ever were in where you lost?
Oh man, I played when I was in junior high. This is a long time ago.
Junior high.
But I was playing against one of the Heward brothers, and I remember I was
Puyallp.
He was playing for Curtis actually at the time. So we were playing, and I was playing linebacker, and he came through, and we got a sack on the guy, and that was the last thing that we got positive in the whole game. Me and a buddy of mine, he came from the other side, and I came from one side. We took him down, sandwiched him, and just took him down. Very first play on their offense, and then after that, he just lit us up and scored. I think we lost 49-0. Good old Stall Junior High School. The kick is off and fielded at the 15-yard line. Hesitates, finds some running room. He's got some space. He's all the way up to the 50, to the 45-yard line. Quite a return on that play.
Yeah, Marshad DeWalt.
Maybe we were counting them out a little early. It seems like their special teams is pretty live. After that last play where they scored the touchdown, they seem to be pretty game on that.
Well, Marshad, he's had some good plays this game, and I think he's into it. So I don't know that we're counting him back in really, but that was a nice spirited run, good hard run.
Yeah, it's hard to come back when you're down a lot, especially to a really good defense, because everything you're trying, they're ready for the big play. So you would think that they're going to step in and make sure you don't make that big play. They might let you take little chunks, but they're not going to give you everything.
Well, you look in there, and the quarterback's getting the ball. He's 5 yards off in the backfield with just the start.
Almost intercepted again on the lateral. That's a lateral pass. That's going to be a fumble.
I don't think he possessed it before it went out of bounds, though.
if they pick it up and it's a lateral pass, if it didn't go out of bounds before he got possession, that's a reverse lateral for sure.
Well, that's a lateral. Did he possess it before it went out of bounds?
That's the question the refs are going over right now.
And if he didn't, the ball's going to be right where it hit the ground. Where it went out of bounds is going to be.
It's going to be second down.
Yeah.
Well, they're bringing up second down, so
and
Kitsap gets a good break there, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and I tell you what, and I can understand it, but the quarterback is not playing with a whole lot of confidence at this point.
I mean, he's been under a lot of pressure throughout the whole game, so it's hard. Not everybody's Russell Wilson that can run around in the backfield and have no offensive line and still make big plays. So it's quite a task for him out there. He's been hit hard a few times too. Ready for the second down snap. Drops back, 15 people coming towards him, throws an interception, running up the sideline. He's got a blocker, he's got two blockers, he's going down about the 25-yard line. The quarterback literally had 4 people crushing him all at the same time as he released that ball. He had no chance, and there's a flag, a very late flag out on the play, and we have a player down for Kitsap. He's down on the 35-yard line there. He's grabbing his ankle. Hopefully it's just something like a sprain. It's not too serious.
So I wonder what the flag is. Yeah, he had no chance. Yeah, and I've said it a couple times. I'm not going to say it again, but you need to be able to go underneath the center and take the direct snap from the center and just hand it off. That is the problem. Is if you can't do that and you get in a situation like this, you're starting every play 5 yards back.
Yeah, that is something that's kind of fundamentally gone away from football recently. Like if you look at any college team for the most part, with the exception of some of these ones that run the high power actual NFL style offenses, they are all doing shotgun snaps.
That's right.
Why? Because the quarterback has that much more time to throw the ball, which is great. But like you said, he's starting back 4 or 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. So even if he's throwing a 10-yard pass, he's only getting 5-yard net gain out of that.
Right.
So it's something that it works because it allows a different type of quarterback to be able to stand back there, but at the same time, it's actually taking away from, the raw, hardcore offensive talents. Like you don't see Tom Brady back in the shotgun every time. This guy's, taking snaps under center and doing major damage with it, obviously.
And we have an injured player. I'm not sure who that was.
Yeah, I don't even know where he was on the play when it happened.
But along the lines of what you were saying, and now that's in high school and even the youth league is where the quarterback is always taking the shotgun. Mm-hmm. They're never up. They almost never are under center. And one of the things there, just another instructional point, is that in the youth league or in the high school level, the offensive linemen usually aren't that good at blocking for pass blocking. That takes a lot more finesse. It takes longer to learn that. So that's one thing. If you're a high school kid or if you're a youth league player, pass rush is where you can get a big advantage because you're going to go against teams that they see the pros, they see college, well, not the pros so much, but they see the colleges. And even though when they're youth league, they're going to throw the ball. So just a little secret here, if you're in the youth league or high school, really work on your pass rush because they're not going to have people doing the pass blocking to the same level that we see in the colleges.
Yeah, that's a good point, Randall. Like when I was coming up playing, we did a lot more of we ran the ball a lot more than they do nowadays. Like if you go watch, junior high football or even like Rough Riders are throwing the ball. When Rough Riders, when I was young, you didn't throw the ball. The only thing you did was run the ball,
right?
Because you couldn't throw the ball that far for one, and for two, it'd probably be intercepted because your timing was off. It's not schoolyard football where you run out to a spot and wave your hand and say, "Hey, throw me the ball."
Right.
So it's
and they're looking at his leg, so it's not there. At least it's below the shoulder and neck. It looks like they're working on the ankle on there. Yeah, I remember that in my Pop Warner days. Of course, that was when you would have 5 and 6 man defensive lines.
Yeah,
we hardly ever threw the ball.
I mean, originally, if you go back to Vince Lombardi days, I mean, they only ran the ball. They didn't throw the ball.
Right.
Throwing the ball was unheard of.
Yeah.
It was a run first, run first, run first.
Well, they have the saying, it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's what they used to call the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And that was back in the Woody Hayes Ohio State days and the Bosch and Beckler Michigan days. It was 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
Back in the good days.
The game has evolved a lot, definitely in the years. I mean, my grandfather played for Puyallp High School back in the day in the University of Washington, and we've heard of the taglines on the headlines like "We Willie Lumbers" for 3 yards in a score, because that's what it was. It was a game of inches.
Right.
That's where the term "game of inches" comes from.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's still a game of inches.
Well, yeah.
I know exactly.
But the term originates from just the hard-nosed running,
right.
tough play, and it's changed a lot in the last 15 years. It's evolved. The type of West Coast offense and that kind of thing has changed football altogether. I mean, that was originated with the San Francisco 49ers, where they kind of changed the idea of football. They do less of a running gun and more of a deep ball. We're gonna just chop you away with pass after pass after pass.
Yeah. And so the injured player has been lifted onto the cart. It is a leg injury, but he's moving around and shaking people's hands. So that's a good thing. It's not a good thing he's injured, obviously, but it's not a head or neck deal. So that's what we worry about most at this level.
Yeah, it's good to see him getting up and getting on the cart and getting some help. And again, the sportsmanship from both teams is exceptional, and that's great to see. Especially these guys are super competitive. Like these guys might even be more competitive than some of the collegiate or professional athletes out there. They're playing for their pride for the most part out there.
So the worst you ever got beat, the worst time, the first play was the big play you were saying, the first play of the game?
It was the only play, Randall.
But it was the first one.
It was the very first defensive play that we had of the game. And then from then on, it was just like them lighting us up, and it was pretty much nothing we could do about it.
Yeah, but you're there and you're going, hey, man, this is going to work for us.
But I always have the story that I sacked one of the Heward brothers. So, I mean, that makes me pretty happy, because especially since I'm from Puyallp, and everybody knows who the Heward brothers are. So, I mean, I listen to Brock on the radio every single day. So, I mean, it's cool to be able to say that I, sacked his little brother. So
that's the claim to fame.
That's my claim to fame. It's my claim to sports fame.
And the thing is, after that sack that you had on him, I've heard the story from other people. He actually then started videotaping pro games and started watching what those quarterbacks did to make sure that he didn't get sacked again the way that you sacked him. And so I think you could say that a lot of his success
is attributed from me.
Absolutely.
Oh man, it's getting deep in
I'll
here.
give you that.
I love it, Randall. That's great. It's great. So where did you play football at, Randall?
Well, I played at San Diego State. I went to the junior college ranks in California, which is great in California. They play junior college football. So I went to Hardin Community College, or junior college actually, for a couple of years, and then I went on to San Diego State.
Nice. Yeah.
Go Aztecs. or as they say, San Diego, the state university.
I think that's the U. All right, we're back to action here. You got the Kings lining up on the 41-yard line, or 42-yard line. 1st and 10, hand off the ball, run it right up the middle. Gets about 5 before he gets tackled down. The Kings uniforms today are black with a white outline with the gray writing, and it's a little bit difficult from the booth to be able to see who these players are exactly. So I apologize to not getting the names out. Cruz falls back, takes the ball himself right up the middle, run into the sideline, does not want to be tackled, and he gets taken down.
So he's back to pass. He has time to do it. He steps up into the pocket, and that's where you're talking earlier. When you're a quarterback and you can step up into the pocket and not be faced up with a bunch of defensive linemen, that's a good deal, and that's what happened there. He stepped up, and there was no one there. He just took off running.
Yeah, exactly. And he had he was wise enough to not just throw the ball just because he could have, but he ran the ball to wherever he needed it. He drops back for pass. He throws down the sideline to the end zone.
Got a guy.
Touchdown. That's Deshaun Salgado with the reception there for the touchdown. What a pass. Chalk another one up. That brings the score to 55-7 for your Kings.
And we still got 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We might have another one of those highlight days for him, so we don't know. We might end up.
Wait, something happened.
Oh, wait, they're calling it back.
Yes, and to the people watching the game, the reason we're not calling out the names of a lot of the Kings players is it's really tough to see their numbers.
Looks like they're going to give him a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul of a holding. That negates quite a nice touchdown pass and catch.
Now our technical director now points to the screen we have in the booth, and they're doing such a good job that actually if we would watch the screen, you can see the numbers on that. So we thank you for that. I thank you for that. I should pay more attention to the people that are running the broadcast here.
So the Kings line up. It's going to be second down again. Second down and long. Looks like they got to get to the about 13-yard line to get the first down. Cruz drops back, throws it down the sideline again. Caught. Looks like he went down about the 27-yard line.
And just contrast the styles. He's back there. He is so confident. He's so cool in the pocket, right? No one's even getting close to him. And then you look at the poor guy there from Kitsap. As soon as he's back there, I mean, it's almost he's setting his feet to run almost.
It's definitely a tale of two teams. I mean, you got one that's totally in command and can pretty much do what they want. Then you have Kitsap who's kind of stuck behind. Cruz catches the ball. Steps up in the pocket, throws it deep to the end zone, intercepted at the 2-yard line by Kitsap. Running up the sideline, got a blocker, a couple people trailing him, make the tackle. He goes down about the 29-yard line. Kitsap showing some life still here in the third quarter. Wow, how things changed so fast. They went from having a touchdown and to a holding penalty to bring them back, and then they throw an interception. That's Cruz's first mistake of the game. He doesn't look very happy about it, but I'm sure everybody will be confident in having him come back out and perform really well again.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think was going on there?
I think it was just a miscommunication. I mean, he threw it right into he threw it short. Actually, is what happened. I think he was when he was stepping forward to get to the line of scrimmage or to throw the ball, he thought he was maybe too close to the line of scrimmage, so he took a step back and maybe he was on his back leg when he was throwing the ball.
Yeah, and that's what they say, right? Don't throw it off your back leg. But usually it's because you're under pressure.
Yeah, the only guys that are throwing off their back legs are monster people like Cam Newton, that big of a guy. Or Ben Roethlisberger, he can throw off his back leg all day.
Yeah, the guy from Green Bay.
Who's the guy from Green Bay? Aaron Rodgers?
No, before that.
Oh, Brett Favre.
Yeah.
That's a short pass inside. He gets wrapped up by his feet and taken down at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss on the play.
Yeah, he used to be my favorite player until he went and left the Packers. And
went to Minnesota?
Yes, and so now I won't say his name anymore. But I still loved him as a player.
I was always more of a Minnesota fan than a Packers fan.
Is that right? Okay, all right. So if I do say him, I call him Favre, Brett Favre.
Favre. Yeah, this kind of alludes to what you were saying earlier about taking the shotgun snap and being back 5 yards. He threw a pass directly to the side, and they lost 5 yards on the play.
Yeah.
Because it was a direct pass across the a lateral. So Kitsap lines up. They got 4 wide, 1 back. The lights are on here now at Chief Leshai Stadium. Back to pass. Had a little bit of time that time. Got a pass across to his receiver in the middle. Takes a big shot and makes the catch, and looks like he gains about 5 short of the first down right there. So they're actually making some yards back, which is great for them. That would have been a first down had they done that on the first play.
Yeah, that's impressive quarterback. That's a gutsy quarterback because he had to stand in there, and the pressure that they're putting out, that we're getting to him, he stood in there and zipped that ball out. So that's a credit to his ability to play the game.
Yeah, it looks like Demetrius Rackley was banged up on the play number 5. He came off the field. That'll end our third quarter of play here with the Kings winning 49-7 over the Kitsap Storm.
So what's the biggest game you ever played on? The biggest score that you've won by?
Man, it was probably when I was really, really young. Yeah, unfortunately, like I went to the Puyallp. I was in the Puyallp school district, and there were teams that were dominant, and generally they were the ones downtown Puyallp. So, and I was on South Hill, so I wasn't a part of many very big winning teams.
Not too many great victories.
When I was at Rogers High School, it was Puyallp High School that was destroying us every single year. But it was always fun to have the rivalry between us. But the things that you learn when you're playing sports is when you're young. I played I love basketball. Is one of my favorite sports to play too. So I played a lot more basketball than I did football. You can get 6 people together and play 3-on-3 really easily. So I've been in a lot of situations where we've gone and played in areas that we shouldn't have probably been in, just so we could see if we could play against these people. Like in the inner city, we'd go to Rainier Beach and play basketball, and we'd go to east side of Tacoma and all these places where some white kids from Puyallp really weren't welcome, but we'd go and we'd play and we'd compete, and it was fun. And that's the best thing about sports, is just the competitive nature of it, I think.
And that's what Kitsap's doing here. They're just competing, and you got to hand it to them for that.
You can learn as much from a win as you can from a loss, and sometimes even more from a loss. So there's a low snap, back to pass, under pressure, still makes a great throw. Throw's completed to the 35-yard line, but it's short of the first down by about 3 yards. We'll see if they want to go for it here.
Well, earlier I was saying no, I wouldn't go for it, but now I probably would. But once again, when you're running a route and it's 3rd and long, you want to get to the first down marker. However, here's the deal: they're going for it because now they're going to take 2 downs to get there. Right? It was 3rd down. Well, they figure we don't need to get all the way to the 4th.
Exactly.
So here, that wasn't really a bad route because they know they're going to go on the 4th.
Yeah, they call that being in four down territory. But usually it's on the other side of the field, not back in your zone.
Right.
When you're doing 4 down territory. Right. But when you're down this far, just play football. Have fun.
That was good too, because now they have a makeable distance here, a short pass, and they got a first down.
Exactly. I mean, they can run the ball at this point, but the Kings have been bringing heat though, so it's good to see the left tackle out there.
And they are showing blitz.
Some blitz pickups. Now they got
oh man!
They were going for a handoff there, and they had people in their faces, and looks like the referees are running out there, trying to separate people, even though it didn't look like there was anything really going on. Just a little preemptive, I guess.
Well, they were jawing at each other a little bit.
What kind of penalty we got on the field here? I don't see any flags, do you?
No, I don't see flags, but the official did motion towards, I believe, towards Kitsap.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. I'm trying to sort this stuff out. Maybe we can get him a field mic in the future here.
Yeah, there we go.
So as they sort this out, Kitsap's coming back to the field. Again, it's fourth down with about 3 yards to go for Kitsap. They're going for it on 4th down. They're trying to make something happen here. Trips to the bottom, 4 wide, 1 back, shotgun set. Takes the snap, got pressure in his face, makes a nice pass, complete, breaks a couple tackles, almost gets free beyond that.
That's Marshad DeWalt again.
DeWalt's been a really good player for Kitsap today. He's been making some big plays, making the receptions when needed. That was one of the most important plays we've seen so far this game.
Play.
4th down and short, but still 4th down in their own territory, down quite a bit, trying to just make something happen. So,
but the Kings, they sent people on that one. They had their linebackers up, and they sent a bunch of people. So the Kitsap line did a pretty good job of picking up the blitz. Now that puts you on man-to-man, and a running back coming out of the backfield, he's going to get locked on by maybe by a single person, and that's it. You catch the ball there, and you have some running room.
Yeah, the running backs are generally going to be able to shake a linebacker if it's a quick pass, just with one cut. So that's a big play there. Kitsap sets back, 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. Takes a shotgun snap, Hands off to the running back and down for about a 2-yard loss. And he's not happy with that. That's Demetrius Rackley coming out with the ball there, getting tackled in the backfield.
Deshaun Williams also being on the stop.
Deshaun Williams on the stop.
Loss of about 2, second down and 12.
So it's 2nd and 12. Kitsap back in the huddle, trying to come up with something here.
That was a good read by the defender. I'm not sure who made that tackle, but he was lined up at linebacker, and he read it. He didn't blitz that, but he saw the movement, and he was able to shoot through the gap and get into the backfield. You know, and that's just another deal of how well the Kings have been playing.
Sets back in the, you got split wide receivers 4 wide, no one in the backfield. It's daring the way the Kings have been coming at him. Gets pressured, gets the ball knocked out as he's throwing. Kitsap falls on the ball.
And that was just a 4-man rush. And that was a good contained rush. Both ends, what you need them to do is get upfield and keep the quarterback inside in the pocket. And the right defensive end got upfield, made a quick move inside, and knocked the ball out of the quarterback's hand.
Yeah, it was almost as if the quarterback could have taken one more step forward. He would have been clear and been able to throw that pass. But they got in. They did exactly what you're supposed to be taught to do, is to get the ball. And they hit the ball as the quarterback was throwing.
I believe that was Vika Lefau. I think that was 26 that made that move. And if it wasn't, I hope I'm not giving credit to someone. I hope I'm not giving credit to someone that deserved it.
Well, either way, the entire Kings defense deserves a lot of credit for how they're playing today. So,
and now we got a 3-man line, defensive line. Make that 4.
Kitsap back to pass. Throws the ball, overthrows his receiver. Actually sets him up. He could have been hit really, really hard had he recepted that ball. We're at 4th down again, pretty much from the same spot we were at before. See if Kitsap's going to... Looks like they're bringing on the punting unit right now. They don't want to try here.
Yeah, 4th and 30 might be a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit too much.
Generally not something you want to go for. But you never know. I mean, hook and ladder, hook and ladder.
Fake punt, that's what I would do. You know, being up here in the booth,
everything sounds simple from up here, that's for sure. It's a lot warmer up here, too, than it is down there.
Well, it's not going to be a fake punt because they would know and have all the people out there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, kick it off. Kick it away.
Getting some personnel changes going on here.
Well, they didn't call timeout. I would think they're running out of time.
All right, they're back to punt. Kick is off. Caught at the 38-yard line, runs up the left side to the middle, has room, wide open, 20, 15, 10, 5. He drops the ball and picks it back up at the 7-yard line. Again, special teams 1 step away from another touchdown.
Dante Green with the return on that play.
Quite a return, though. He ran the exact right seams he needed to be able to get to where he got.
Yeah.
And yes, he dropped the ball, but he got back on it too. So no harm, no foul. That's a great field position to start this drive.
And you know the thing too, he made the cut, made a couple of cuts, and then the acceleration that was impressive on that was how he just ran by some people, and they had the angle in the beginning, but they underestimated his quickness and his speed, and that acceleration was impressive.
Yeah, as soon as he saw that seam, you're right, he turned on the afterburners and just kind of went right up the middle there.
And what happened?
They might be calling this back to some point. I didn't see any flags on the field.
Still was able to recover it.
Not sure exactly what's going on out here.
Was his knee down?
It must have been. Something happened there. Either way, it's the Kings' ball. They hand off the ball right up the middle.
On 1st down, that's a run. That's Donald McKee, number 27.
Donald McKee with the carry there. Runs right over number 62 out there.
Yeah, big defensive lineman.
Just put him right on his back.
Yeah. That's that acceleration on contact.
That's right. Takes a snap, shotgun, deep pass down the left side, running, streaking. Oh, man. He's looking for an interference call on that. He was right in his path there, so they're just going to call it incomplete, though. And Kings will have third down here.
Yeah, that was close to a great play right there.
Yeah, that same play has been repeated multiple times on both sides of the field there on either sideline. They've just been tossing the ball way down there, making that same streaking play there.
Yeah, not a bunch of movement or anything there, but the key there, of course, is the offensive line. The quarterback is able to stand back in the pocket, wait it out, because they're not making moves right up over the top. There's some great passes, and I'm going to give some credit to the offensive line.
Yeah, you're right. There's three things going on there. The offensive line is doing the blocking. The quarterback has the arm to throw the ball down there, and then they're letting these athletic wide receivers be able to take one-on-one and catch the balls.
Yeah, that's a good breakdown.
Shotgun hike, pass out of the backfield, gets up to about the 34-yard line.
And you see a receiver out there throwing
for a first down there for the Kings.
You see the receiver throwing the block that sprung the ball carrier for an extra few yards, extra 5 yards. I couldn't catch the number, but that's another thing that you really like about the offense of the Kings.
Yeah, I believe it's Pierre Culver that actually made that block. We've been saying his name all day long.
Yes.
Cruz back to pass.
That's caught there too. That's Culver again with the reception on the sideline there. That's good for another first down.
Well, that's poetic justice, right? He goes out, makes a good block, and then the next play the ball comes at him.
Yeah, between Culver and Barquette, we've been saying those guys all night long. I mean, those guys are definitely stepping their game up for today. I mean, obviously you can't take anything away from Cruz. Cruz has been on fire today and doing his thing just the way he should. As a champion quarterback, he takes the snap in the backfield, steps up in the pocket, throws it to the end zone. He's got a wide open man for a touchdown.
Yeah, and okay, that's just another touchdown. But the deal was, the good thing about that was, once again, it's the play of the quarterback. He's back there, he steps up, right? And then the receivers, he was not well covered, but the receiver ran to the right space.
Yeah, exactly. That was Chris McCutcheon. That was a running back actually out there that made that catch. So I think the discipline of this Kings team is really showing what it's all about.
Yes.
They're doing exactly what they need to do to win. In fact, they're not just catching balls as a receiver. They're setting blocks. They're covering the end. I've seen receivers on defense in this game, and they've been playing well on defense. So it's something that you don't get a lot from teams, especially championship caliber teams. And that's, I think, one thing about this league in general is that you're going to get a lot of people performing the way they're supposed to, the way that they're taught, because they're out here to perform for their team, for their brothers in arms is what we got here. So it's a lot of fun to watch these games.
Yeah, that was a good catch. I didn't realize that was the running back out of the backfield, but that was it. He went to the right spot.
And the kick is up. And good. Let's chuck another one up. That brings us to 56-7 for the Kings. Your Puyallp Nation Kings are dominating the Kitsap Storm. We only have about 5 minutes to go in this game, and it is definitely going to be a victory in the hands of the Kings here.
Before the game, I was talking to the head coach, who everybody we call Tutu, and he mentioned what you mentioned, was that I was asking him, what's special about this team? Because back-to-back national champs, and you're the ones that you have the bullseye on you. And he mentioned what you said, that they're such their family, that they really work for each other. And he reiterated that actually a couple of times, that what he really enjoyed about this team was that they are so together. They are like a big family. And I think what you mentioned before was exactly right. Everyone's doing their job, and then when they do their job, things break open.
Exactly. And that's the fundamental of any sport, but a lot of times in football more so than others is that if you do your job. Trust the other guys to do their job. And then as a culmination, you guys all bring it together and succeed. And that's one of the things, like, I'm a big Seahawks fan. When you talk with Pete Carroll, he says the same
Go
thing.
Hawks.
Trust your team. Trust your guys to do their job. Just handle what you have to do. Think small. It's like aim small, miss small. You know, if you just focus on one little thing you have to do, then the whole team can actually succeed if they all do the same thing.
Do your job.
King's ready to kick the ball off here. It's another squib kick. And this time they receive it without any problems, and they're running from east to west instead of north to south. He gets out of bounds, runs about 60 yards, and gets about 15 yards on the return to about the 48-yard line, their own 48-yard line. We'll see what they have to do here. My guess at this point, I mean, they're going to hopefully just try some stuff out that they haven't been doing before. Maybe just run the ball and try to get this clock down. And they've taken their lickings in this game, and maybe it's time to just concede it. So
they're still playing. They're still competing, though.
Oh, I know it. I know it. Just they've had quite a few injuries going on so far too, and it's you know, you'd hate to see any more people get injured
that's
or
for
hurt.
sure.
So you know, at this point, they really can't come back. I mean, if they did, it would be the greatest comeback in sports history.
It would make Sports Center.
I would be happy to be announcing it if it did happen, even though I'm firmly for the Kings. So.
Against the Thurston County Mayhem.
Yeah, every game I've actually witnessed for the Kings, this is my first time on the broadcast, but every time I've seen and watched one of these games, it's been super competitive, and the Kings, well, they've won almost every one of them, so it's been a lot of fun. Kitsap back to take the snap. 3 wide, man in motion. And everybody's getting hit in the backfield, including the quarterback who kept the ball off the jet sweep that was going on. Kings celebrating. It's going to go back to about the 38-yard line, unless there's some sort of penalty out here.
Yeah, the Kings, they lined up. They had a bunch of people up. They had 7, 8 men up in the box, and they were bringing everyone. It was pretty clear they're going to bring everyone on that play.
Looks like setting offsides on the defense.
Yep.
It's offsides. They're going to spot the ball.
1 minute, 30 seconds left to go in the game.
You're going to get the ball in Kings territory at the 47-yard line, it looks like. Going to bring up first down. There's life yet for Kitsap. Let's see what they can do here. Man, I just can't get over how nice this stadium is for a high school stadium. I mean, these lights are amazing. The field is beautiful. I mean, the stands, we have a nice booth that we're in right now doing this broadcast. Back to pass, throws it, tipped up. Oh, incomplete. It was almost another interception for the Kings there.
Man, yeah, but the receiver got behind him. They sent a lot of people again. Quarterback, the Kitsap quarterback, he stood in there, and they were coming after him. But then that gives you man-to-man coverage, and the receiver was able to get behind his defender, but it was tipped underneath. So incomplete.
The Kings better watch it out there. They're doing a little celebratory stuff that is going to get them a penalty here if they don't behave themselves.
Looks like they're bringing pressure again. No.
Oh, man, they hit him hard. Short pass intercepted by the Kings at the 25. He's going up. He's at the 35, the 40, 45. Hits his own man and gets tackled with a vengeance by number 42 of the Kitsap Storm.
And that QB just got hammered again, but he stayed in there. You know, last play of the game, right? You don't even count that as an interception.
Yeah, you got to hand it to the quarterback for Kitsap. Yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, he's had some errant passes and things like that, but he has been under pressure this entire game. And it's not even necessarily due to his offensive line. I mean, these teams are out here performing and doing what they can, and they're just outmatched. So there you have it, folks. It is 56-7 final score. Your Puyallp Nation Kings over the Kitsap Storm. I'm Ray Lana. I'm very happy to be here broadcasting this. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we're going to come back with a little post-game wrap-up for you all. We'll see you soon.
I am the future. I provide for my family. I will use my education to help my community. I will inspire our next generation of leaders. I am a college student, but I am only 1%.
Only 1% of college students are American Indian. Donate now and help our numbers grow. Education is the answer.
Well, welcome back. We're happy to bring this broadcast to you from Chief Leshai High School. Myself and Randall here, we had a great time doing this. We want to let you know that the next Kings game is going to be in Lacey. They're going to be playing again. Right now they haven't been defeated this season, so they're a lot of fun to watch, and you guys need to definitely come out and see them. Our next home game will be actually July 15th here at Chief Leshai High School. They're also playing in Sumner coming up here shortly too, so there are a lot of local action, and we can all get the chances to come see them, come see this amazing team perform. It's been a lot of fun. What do you think, Randall?
Yeah, it's been very enjoyable. And again, July 15th is when we'll be back here. Now, if someone would like to advertise on one of these programs, you're watching it on cgame.live, just go to the email contact, get a hold of our boss here, and I'm sure he'll work something out with you. And we would look forward to being able to promote your business to the people that are really involved with the football team.
Absolutely. And every time that we do a broadcast, we're going to get more and more people that are watching. So your business is going to get its name out there. It's really fun. And again, we'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor for the game, Kings Fireworks. Just so happens Kings, yeah, they're related. Anyway, for all your fireworks need this season, look no further than Kings Fireworks. You can get family packs, teen packs, 500-gram cakes, the big ones, 200-gram cakes, 60-gram mortars, and much more. They're located at 2102 East Alexander Avenue in Tacoma. Definitely check them out for the upcoming 4th of July holiday. We're all excited about it, and so are they. Make your 4th of July as good as it can possibly be.
And let me just throw this in there. If there is someone out there that would like to advertise, at this point, right now, you and we're cheap.
Yeah, we're pretty expensive.
Right now's the time to sign up.
Yeah, and who knows where it can go, too. I mean, we're talking about the two-time national championship team. So, getting your name out there with this team, it's something that you don't get an opportunity to do at this level very often at all. We'd be happy to have you guys sponsor us and help out these Kings. And people, get out here and check out the Kings. This stadium is amazing. The fans are great. Our announcers are great. We have halftime shows. The team, did you guys see this game? The team is great. So get out here and watch these guys play some football. It's cheap. It's fun. Bring the whole family. You're undercover if it's raining. We're going to have a good time. It's a lot of fun. Get out here, guys.
I want to reiterate that. It would be really good to get people out here. It's spring football, and I think you see some really I know you see some really high quality football. I think you would really enjoy it. So come out, see it in person, and advertise with us so that we can broadcast the away games. That's what we're trying to do here. If we get some advertisements, we can go and broadcast the away games.
And again, I'd just like to say on behalf of myself and Randall, we really appreciate you guys all tuning in with us and joining us for this game. It was my pleasure to broadcast this game to you guys, and I can't wait to do it again.
And let's thank Chip also, the technical director and owner of Apache Wolf Productions. Throw that in. That's a great organization. They're really helping us out. Apache Wolf Productions is one of our main people here.
Yeah, Chip has gone to a lot of lengths to be able to broadcast this and get it going for us, so we really do appreciate him and everybody else that's helping us on the cameras and all the people that put this stuff together for us. So thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time for Puyallp Kings football.